Testing, testing. You gotta love it. Y'all see it. Y'all see it. It's not just me over here. There may be a little beauty, with a little straw hat on, but we will get to that in a second because you guys already know what it is. Welcome to the podcast is real. I'm your host, King Drell, which, just the creator of the podcast. It's all right, but, I'm here. I'm here every week. I'm here every week. So, it ain't really about me right now because, as you see, we have a very, very special guest here today. A definite cosplay extraordinaire. You may have seen this woman in several shape-shifting factors, from cosplays from anime such as One Piece, what? Naruto, what? Sailor Moon, what? And so many others. You may have seen her doing her thing at these conventions. I'm sad I didn't get to see her at DreamCon, but it's okay because I am going to see her again very, very soon. Short hair, don't care. Recent haircut. You guys see it? Look at it. Or as she said, I did it. But she is not to be matched when it comes with cosplay because she is the one, the only Sasha Hatake!
So I have to say it first. Hey, Sasha here. I already see someone put it in the comments. So happy y'all remember that when you see my face. My little slogan.
Yes, it just as soon as it look, it's a definite slogan. And if you haven't heard it, well, if you've seen her content, of course you've heard it, especially if you've been on TikTok, guys. Like you just go through all her videos. Hey, Sasha here. And it's the weekly thing. Hey, Sasha here. And she's gonna talk about what she's talking about that week. And it's a lot of informative things. So I hope you guys are really paying attention to her stuff. But as we do have Sasha here, how are you doing tonight, Queen?
I'm good. I'm so excited to be here. I've been waiting to get on your podcast. Like you said, super sad to see you on DreamCon. I wanted to make some content with you, but next con for sure.
Next time, baby. But it's okay. You finally made it into one of my videos. But I gotta do some more stuff with you. Like we gotta make sure that content happens. And again, woo! Shout out to everybody who is joining us right now. So have you been up to anything lately?
I have been working a lot of overtime. I am a mom. Some might say a mamacita. Okay, if y'all been watching Love Island. So my kids have been on summer break. It's been busy, and summer anime is here. So I'm trying to keep up with all the anime. Trying to read manga, trying to work out. I'm going to Belize for my birthday next month. Leo season started
Okay.
yesterday. So excited. So yeah, just been booked and busy.
Hey, you heard that. Booked and busy. And he said a whole bunch of new animes, their seasons came back this month. Kaiju number 8 just dropped. So if you're a Kaiju number 8 fan, I hope y'all peeped that episode. All right, and as we got here, all right, just want to make sure that wasn't important. So we're gonna go ahead and get into everything because we cannot have an amazing cosplayer here and not go over amazing cosplays. You know how we do it on the podcast is real. We gotta glaze up our guests before we put them on the hot seat. So we gotta get the hook a little bit. It's okay. It's okay. We'll see how far she can burn. So we're going to go ahead and get this started with the cosplay showcase, aka she's got that shit on. And Magic dropped in the chat, Sakamoto days. Yes, it's just there's so much content right now. But speaking of content, how about the content on the screen? We got this beautiful Zoro cosplay right here.
Yes, this is one of my favorite cosplays. I love it so much.
Okay, well, tell us about the Zoro cosplay.
I want to say this was one of my very first cosplays that blew up. It was the second time I cosplayed someone from One Piece, and this is my first time doing makeup. I'm not a makeup girly, I'm still learning. So I did this makeup all by myself, okay? And I got the props, I got the hair, I got everything, and I was just so excited to show this to everyone. And all the videos did good, all the pictures did good, and Zoro's one of my favorites, so I was just so excited to cosplay him.
Okay, like you said, one of your first One Piece cosplays, definitely not your last. We will get into
Nope.
that a little bit later. So, did
Mm.
you buy the cosplay, make the cosplay?
I bought everything from Amazon. Shout out to Amazon. Yeah, I wish I could have made something like the top that I'm using. It's actually from his waist. So I had to switch it up and make it a little bit more feminine. So yeah, everything's from Amazon and I just put my little twist on it.
The top is from the waist. And look how she pulled that off, guys. Like,
Hmm.
that's going to deserve another round of applause right there.
Thank you.
Now, one thing you're also going to see from our past stuff, you might not be able to hear it through that
Hmm.
side, but we do have a soundboard going. So we actually gave you a round
Oh,
of applause.
oh, that's so
All
cool.
right. When was the last time you wore this to a con? Was it recently?
I've actually never wore Zora to a con because of his props. So I don't think I would travel with them. They're really heavy, and I don't think I could fly with them unless I have a really big suitcase. I think about bringing him to Texas cons, but then I always want to do a brand new cosplay when I go to a con. So I just never brought him to a con, sadly.
Oh, okay. I know I've cosplayed
Hmm.
Zoro a few times myself, but the only time I've ever cosplayed Zoro has been the cons I can drive to. So I definitely
Hmm.
get it. I have not hopped on a plane to try to take those swords because, first of all, my suitcase is not big enough to carry the swords, and you're
Hmm.
not going to be able to carry them on the plane with you. They will take them.
Yep.
So there was a time we
Hmm.
actually, a few years ago, we were coming back. I believe it was coming. I can't remember who we were coming to. I think we were coming from Texas, but we went by a trash can and there were swords in the trash can where the TSA told them no.
Hmm. And it's crazy because you spend all this money to buy at a con just for TSA to take it from you. I wish they would give you the option to ship it while you're at the con. That would be cool.
Well, they might not give you the opportunity to ship it while you're at the con, but that doesn't mean you can't find a local UPS or something and ship it back to your house yourself.
That's true too. Hmm.
So now it becomes, how bad do you really want it? So TSA is
Hmm.
not going to let you bring even fake looking weapons onto a plane. So
Yeah,
the fact that people even still attempt to do it is wild.
it is crazy. It's crazy. Like, just give me the money if you don't care about it. I'll
I
gladly take
know,
it.
right? I'll put the
Yeah.
money to good use and it'll be in good hands with me.
Hmm.
By the way, Strawberry said,
What
Bestie.
up? And I know my bestie Kermaine said, "Woo!" That was my first friend I ever made in Texas. So shout out to him.
Shout out to Texas also as well. How you said that's the first friend you made in Texas, so have you always lived in
Hmm.
Texas?
No, I'm from Hawaii.
Oh.
Hmm. From Hawaii. I've been in Texas since 2012. So a little too long. Um, but yeah, I've been here since 2012.
The funny thing, the second you say you're from Hawaii, I just think about some of the pictures I've seen and I say, you know what? I believe
Mm.
it. My dog.
Hmm.
But we're gonna say from One Piece cosplay to another, because like I said, this is maybe one of her first, but it is definitely not her last. Because this one we know she wore to a con because it's a picture at a con. So I want you, of course, there's a delay. You'll see it in a second. Tell us
Okay.
about your buggy cosplay.
Oh, Buggy, I worked on this cosplay for so long. I've always wanted to cosplay Buggy, but every time I saw his cosplay on like Amazon, AliExpress, anywhere, it was very expensive. So I have a friend that I've met in Hawaii and she makes clothes. So she made the pants for me. She made my necktie, she made my little waist tie, and she made the cape. And then everything else, I kind of just bought different places, put together. But the hat, y'all, that hat I made. Well, I helped make. It was like a three-person thing. But that hat used to just be a white straw hat, and we turned it into buggy.
You heard that. She made the hat. That deserves another round of applause because there's not a lot I can make, and like 90% of everything I have in my closet is bought. There's only a couple of
Mhm.
things I've went in and kind of designed on my own, but trust me, crafting is not really my thing. I wish it was, but
Same. It's hard. It's very hard, very time consuming. Yeah.
no. But so that is definitely amazing. I've seen the content that you've done in the
hmm
buggy cosplay, so it's just my goodness. And what con is this at?
DreamCon this year.
DreamCon this year. I
hmm
should know. I pulled the picture, so you know what? It's just
Yeah, I did it for the last day because that was the One Piece meetup. And I was kind of sad because I usually like to do my most popular cosplay on Saturday because that's the most busiest
that's the
day.
biggest day.
But this is the second year in a row that DreamCon put One Piece on Sunday. So I was kind of going back and forth with it, but I decided to save it till Sunday.
One of if not the biggest anime on the planet, and DreamCon puts it on a Sunday.
hmm
Can we make
Two
that make
years,
sense?
2 years in a row, 2 years.
Like guys, One Piece is on the last day, the day that half the people don't even go to the con. Is that their way of trying to incentivize people to come on Sunday?
Or maybe because they know One Piece is so big, because this year and last year, the One Piece meetup was huge. We didn't have enough room. So maybe they're like, if we do it on Saturday, we're really not going to have enough room. But I think we should just do it outside. Because when I went to AWA a couple years ago, I went to two One Piece meetups and they were both outside. It was very large, but we were able to do things because it was outside. You're not limited to space. But yeah, they've been on Sundays the past 2 years.
Again, that makes no sense. Like even if you did it Friday, like it's people like Strawberry said, I didn't even go Sunday. So because a lot of people
hmm
don't always go, whether it's they just want to go ahead and fly out, or they've been turning up all weekend and they just physically can't crawl out of bed to go on that final day. So
hmm
that
Yeah.
happens to a lot of people too. I should know firsthand because I usually share B&Bs with some people that when we get to that final day, it's a toss up coin flip whether they even make it to
hmm
the con that day.
Yeah.
I don't drink, so I don't have that problem. But others,
hmm
they sometimes seeing that cosplay just makes me upset I didn't go to DreamCon even more because out of the things I could have come up with to do with you in that cosplay. Like
And
sometimes the ideas just start flying.
yeah, and shout out to Lexi because she did my makeup for this. She is amazing. She also did my makeup for Hisoka 2 years ago at DreamCon. She is amazing, hands down.
Shout out to Lexi, guys. Strawberry says guilty. I overslept and missed the meetup. Look, that's why, and this is just for 3 day cons. When there are 4 day cons, good luck.
Mm. Yeah.
That getting people to start showing up on all of those days, especially the ones that turned up every day. It's like they get out the con after a long day of walking the vendors hall and doing this and recording content, and then they go somewhere in pregame, and then they go, hey, what's the
hmm
move? And then they go to whatever after parties that night, and then when
Yep.
that's and then before they even leave that after party, they're going, has anyone heard if there's being an after party somewhere? And then they're trying to find out about that, and if there is, they go to that, and then after that, it's like, hey, is anybody doing anything at a B&B? And then they go there, and then they don't even get back to sleep until like 6 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
When now they got to get up, hungover, and they got to try to go to the con the next day. By the time you get to that final day, it's harder and harder to do.
hmm Yeah.
No, Sasha with the handshake of shame.
For which one? For missing? I never miss a day at a con. Okay. I mean, I drink, but I don't drink that much to where I can't get up the next morning, especially because I film everything the morning of. So I have to get up early to make content before I go to the con. So I can't even risk being hungover.
Besides, like you probably drank responsibly at this stage in your life. You got kids, like
Gosh. Yeah, she old. She old.
no, but look, I'm older than you are, so you're not old. It's okay. Big young over here. No auntie or uncles. Y'all need to stop with
You right.
that lingo.
True, true, true.
And the next cosplay that we have on here that I will go
Hmm.
ahead and send a wow for, I would just say only one word: water.
I was hoping you would do this one. Is it Katara? Where's
Yeah.
she at? Okay.
Talk to me about this Katara cosplay.
I love Avatar The Last Airbender with my whole heart. My son's name was supposed to be Zuko. I mean, I still call him Zuko, but I love this show so much. And Daybri was doing an Avatar and Korra collab, and I was like, oh, I have to be Katara. Have to be Katara. So I was so excited to do her. The hair, I love her little looppies and everything. And I had to, edit with the water. And Taylor did my makeup. Shout out to Taylor. She does my makeup a lot too. She's amazing. She also helped me with the hair because I added some hair in there to make it a little bit longer. But yeah, I love this cosplay so much. As you can see the Avatar stuff in the background. I love Avatar.
You mean to tell me you're not really waterbending in this picture?
I can't tell people. What do they say? If the men find out we can shapeshift, they're gonna call the church. So,
I'm sorry, guys. My mind is blown. But no, when I was going through and I was picking photos, I definitely had to pick this one because you look
mhm.
amazing. It is amazing. And of course, if I say water, it can only mean Katara because the only other person that's going to say water is freaking Linka from Captain Planet. And we're definitely not doing that.
True, true, true. Yeah, I. This was a fun cosplay. It
Okay,
really
see,
was.
I just messed up. I'm sorry. Gee would say water. Linka would wind. All right, before anyone else came after me, I have quickly corrected myself on Captain Planet knowledge. Although,
Mhm.
Avatar The Last Airbender is just one heart element away from making Captain Planet. They literally do the other four. I say that every time I hear them go water, earth,
Mhm.
fire. It's like air. It's like heart.
Almost there.
Go planet. Have you worn Katara to a con?
No, I haven't. I've only used this for the collab. I need to stop doing that. I'll get a cosplay, I'll do a collab, I'll wear it to a con, and then it just sits in my closet. And I'm like, I spent all this money. What am I doing?
So
It's
you did all of this just to do a collab? Because I saw the collab, by the way. Everyone looked great.
Mhm.
You did all of this just for that? I could see if it was like, oh, I already have guitar. Of course I'll join the collab. You went this hard just to be a part of a collab. That's dedication.
Yeah, I have to do it big. And I love doing collabs. I did a couple this year, and I feel like they really help me get out of a funk. Like if I'm too busy with work or I'm just not feeling any motivation and I see someone say, "Hey, does anyone do a collab?" Oh, hands up immediately. Let me jump in, let me get out of my funk, make some content, buy a new cosplay.
Nice. I've only done one collab. I need to try to do some more. Like they always look fun when I see them.
Hmm.
So yeah, I was a part of a big Hunter x Hunter collab a little while back. I was the Leorio in the group of a bunch
Mm,
of other characters. I think there was also another Leorio too, but yes, I was definitely one of the two
hmm.
Leorios, and my closet has grown since then. Like I can literally wear a different cosplay every day of the month.
Hmm.
And everybody knows that because I literally do it when October and February rolls around.
Yep, I love seeing those. I love it.
I don't know if October's happening this year. Look, I
You have a
love
couple
it.
months to prepare.
It's great, but it's exhausting.
Hmm.
The first look, I was so because it was so last minute. I was so
Hmm.
unprepared to do because I've seen when people would do like the 28 days of cosplay in February, Black History Month.
Mhm.
And I was like, you know what? I want to jump in because I want to jump on the trend. I want to be a part of the community. You know, all the extra content can probably also help my page grow because all of the activity. But I was like, I want to take it one step further. So I was like, instead of just doing every day of cosplay pictures, I'm also going to do every day of cosplay transition videos. So when the first year I did it, that morning, I always posted a
Mhm.
transition video into the cosplay, and then that same afternoon, I
Mhm.
posted the photo shoot I did, which wasn't just me standing in front of a wall. Like I took the pictures, I edited them, put backgrounds in, made
Mhm.
them completely. Now talk about doing all of that for every day.
I couldn't do it.
And
Big props
granted,
to you.
the year I decided to join was a leap
Mhm.
year, so it was 29 days, not 28.
Mhm.
And there were, see, the reason I said they were prepared because it was last minute, because I know as I've gone further, I've gotten smarter about it by recording some of that stuff ahead of time and just having it stashed. At the
Mhm.
time, I didn't have the luxury of doing that because the month was here. So
Oh.
there were days where I got up, and because I work, I'm a full time Door Dasher. Everyone that follows me on here knows that already. And
Mhm.
so when I get home that night, I would get in the cosplay, record the transition video, take the pictures, then sit down, lay down really, edit the video, edit the photos so that I can have them ready for the next day. And there were days where I wouldn't get it. Most days I would get it done around 11, 11:30 at night. But there were
Mhm.
some days where I didn't get done till like 2 o'clock in the morning because my problem was I never wanted to half-ass anything. So
Mhm.
while I had some transitions that were going to be pretty simple, I had others that were a lot more complicated, or videos that
Mhm.
took a lot more editing. Like some were just me in my room, but then others was like on a green screen because I want to do effects and
Yeah.
all of this stuff. And I'm like, no, if I'm doing this, I'm doing it right. So I lost a lot of sleep that month, but two things ended up happening as a result of all
Mhm.
that hard work. Number one, it was the biggest month of my entire history of content creating,
Oh
because
wow.
out of the 29 videos I dropped, I think 5 of them went over a million views.
Wow.
And a couple of the photo sets got close to a million themselves. And
Mhm.
I really pushed myself with, in short amount of time, still wanting to put out good content. So I'm convinced that the pictures that I was taking a picture of and editing and everything were some of the best photos that I had ever edited and put up in
Mhm.
my life. Like I've done some since then that I like, but I still look at that month and I'm like, this was just a pinnacle. And I mean, it wasn't like too hard. Like I have a photography background. I took photography
Mhm.
classes and all of that stuff, but and editing classes. I took graphic design and photography in high school.
Oh, okay.
And those are skills that I still incorporate to this day. And
Yeah.
and now with the luxury of YouTube videos and things, I've been able to like educate myself on a lot more and more things as time went by. And real quick,
Mhm.
Ghost, back at it again, y'all. How's it hanging? Ghost is here every week, super super loyal member of the podcast is real. So we're always happy to have Ghost in here. And what we're also happy to have in here always is the lovely Sasha as we go to the very last cosplay of the cosplay showcase in a anime that I know she really loves and one that is fond to everybody as she put on Miss Bowtie from just
Yeah.
some anime called Yu Yu Hakusho. No big deal. Tell me about this Bowtie
Mm.
cosplay.
So I almost didn't do Botan for DreamCon. I had this idea this year that I was gonna get braids. I was gonna pick a color, and whatever color I pick, those are the characters I was gonna cosplay for DreamCon. I didn't want to deal with wigs. I didn't want to deal with after DreamCon taking off the wigs, diffusing my curly hair. I didn't want to do all that. So I picked blue because I wanted to do Buggy. And then after I picked Buggy, I was thinking about Bolton. I was thinking about Spider Bite. I was thinking about like two other people with blue hair. So the reason why I almost didn't do her is because I could not find her cosplay anywhere. And at first I was like, okay, I'll just find a pink kimono and I'll just make it work. Couldn't find that either. So I went on AliExpress. I found a shop that didn't have a lot of reviews, and I kind of just took a chance. When it came in, most of it fit, some of it didn't. Luckily, I ordered it with enough time for me to get some other parts. So yeah, ended up cosplaying her, made her prop. That prop is made, and yeah, I was so happy to do her, and I was so surprised. I cosplayed her Friday. I saw about 10 Yusuke's. I think I saw two Karamas, and that's all I saw. But everyone I saw was like, "Oh, we need a picture. We need a picture." And I was just so happy to see, Yusuke's, because I usually don't see a lot of people from Yu Yu Hakusho at conventions.
Oh, I see Yusuke's everywhere, especially at a black
Oh,
con, because Yusuke to this community, people love them some Yusuke and some other things regarding Yu Yu Hakusho, but we'll talk about that a little later. Um, so you made that. See, the thing that you had a lot of pictures with her, but the reason I had to pick this one is because I love the pose that makes it actually look like you're floating. And
hmm
I was like, that is so nicely done. What you don't see a lot are bow ties. So that's what I was like. And you don't really see a lot of Karamas either. I've actually cosplayed Karama at
yeah.
a con. I have
hmm
Karamas in my closet. You see, I don't pull him out that often, but he's in there.
He's my favorite. He's my favorite from the show.
He's your favorite.
hmm
Okay, and you know what? That wasn't anything I was going to ask later. So you know what? We were able to
Okay,
get
I
that
was
out
gonna
the way now. So we're
ask.
fine. So you
Okay.
know, I will definitely pull him back out sometimes. It's like I don't hate the cosplay. I really like it. I think it's well done. I want to redo the wig and make it better.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And because like I said, there's cosplays that I have where I'm like, I like the way they look, but now it's time to upgrade them.
Mm-hmm.
And speaking of upgrade, that is another loyal person that's here every week, Lazy. Hey, what's going on, Lazy? Welcome in. So glad everybody is chilling out with us tonight
Mm-hmm.
here on the podcast is real. So
Mm-hmm.
we are going to go ahead and one more round of applause because after the wow, of course, because you look so wow. Because I mean, come on, guys,
Thank you.
it's
Thank
so
you.
amazing, guys. I'm telling you. But what we're about to get into now is we are officially at the week that was, and this
Okay.
is the thing where we kind of talk about events that have happened in the past week. They don't necessarily have to be anime or cartoon related, just things that have happened in the past week. There's a couple of things I specifically have that I'm going to touch on here in a second. But before I get into that, is there anything in the past week that you would like to comment on? Any animes you've seen, any events that have happened?
In the last week, what did I do in the last week? Kaiju number 8 came back. That was amazing. I've only seen the first episode so far. I don't know if there's two out now, but the first episode was really, really good. I know someone mentioned Sakamoto Days. I have been watching that every day. I love Sakamoto Days. I really want to cosplay Sakamoto one day. So I've really just been catching up with anime in this last week. I know you like My Dress Up Darling because you
Mm-hmm.
cosplayed.
Several
I
times.
have been loving every episode. Like I'm glued. I'm like, okay, when is the next one coming? Because I love their relationship so much.
And I'm glad that I can see that through everybody's eyes. Since season 2 started, I
Mhm.
haven't been watching it. But that's only because number
Mm,
one, I like for episodes to build.
mm, mhm,
And number two, because season 1 came out like 3 years ago. I
yeah.
got tired of waiting, so I started reading the manga. And the manga
Mm.
ended earlier this year.
Oh, okay.
So the story's over. So
Oh, that's
unfortunately, we're
sad.
just now getting a season 2, but now you have
hmm
me that knows how the entire story ends.
hmm
I still want to see it animated because I still love the show.
It's
But
beautiful.
you know, but now I'm one of those people that get giddy through everybody else because I'm like, they don't know where this is going. And
Mm-hmm.
it's a slice of life. So it's not like there's any real conflicts that are going to start coming up. You know, slice of
Yeah.
life is just about love and what they're doing. So I don't think that's a real spoiler to be like, you know, people aren't going to be like dying or fighting or bloodshed or anything like that in a show called My Dress Up Darling. So
Yeah.
no, it's
It's no
cute.
One Piece.
It's no One Piece, and we both got our One Piece stuff on. So,
Right. Love that for us.
which ironically, you didn't add One Piece to your list of anime that you like. So I thought that was like, wow, One Piece is many One Piece characters that you cosplay. You have One Piece on the list.
I feel like I can't say it's my favorite because it's not done yet. Or and I know it's not going to be done for a while or whatever. I'm waiting for it to be done and then I can see where I'm ranking it. But I really do love One Piece. I have a lot of One Piece stuff. I cosplay a lot of. I have a One Piece tattoo. I love One Piece. I just don't know if it's my favorite. I don't know where it is in my favorite.
No, that's absolutely fine because you know One Piece is not my number one favorite anime either. I love One Piece. Don't get me wrong. That's why I
Hmm.
have the One Piece. I cosplay One Piece. I literally cosplay Luffy and Zoro from One Piece. And I'm about to start cosplaying my third character from One Piece, or maybe even my third and fourth character from One Piece at Anime NYC. Y'all are just gonna have to tune in to find out about all of that. So yes, I'm definitely looking forward to the stuff that happens at Anime NYC. And again, yes, those are all great animes. Like I said, I'm watching those. I'm watching
Hmm.
everything else. Speaking of mangas that ended, did you see that Vinland Saga's over?
Okay, no judgment. I've never seen an episode of Villain Saga. Never.
Nothing
Like
wrong with that.
one day I'll get to it. I just feel like my watch list is so long. And I watch a lot of romance, I watch BL, I watch a lot of everything. So it's like this summer I just had so many things to watch because I love slice of life too. I like isekai. I like a lot of different things. So yeah, I haven't seen Villain Saga.
Ghost says One Piece ends when Half-Life 3 comes out. Oh my goodness.
Apparently the manga is almost done, or I don't know. I
It's
hear something
technically
new.
they're on their final stretch. The only problem is final stretch doesn't mean
Yeah.
Wano was over 100 episodes by itself. That's the lifespan of a TV series. That was
Yeah.
one arc.
Hmm.
Wano spanned it years, and that's just one arc. So for them to say this is the final stretch, it is, but that could be 2-3 years.
Yeah.
Now we know it's coming to an end because he did say this is the final stretch. Not going to
Hmm.
start giving away what's going on in the manga now, but it's starting to get the feel of it's getting really serious. It's probably got another year or so left.
Hmm.
And as
Oh.
far as Vinland Saga goes, I mean the manga's done. I don't even know where the anime is itself because I haven't really been watching too much of that. But for anybody that has been wanting to catch up, like I said, the series is over now, at least reading wise. So now you have something to catch up to, but you also have a lot of stuff that can be spoiled. So, oh, Strawberry said Wano was actually 208 episodes alone. My God. There are sitcoms that don't even last that long.
I love it though because when I got caught up to Wano or wherever I got caught up, and there was that break, and I was like,
For
"Well, what
six
am I gonna
months,
watch
yeah.
now?" And like, yeah, I could finish my watch list, but I was just so used to seeing them, every day. I was like, "Dang, I miss them."
Just to put this into perspective, people, the Disney Channel, once upon a time, used to only let their series go 65 episodes and then they were done. So, and Wano alone is 208.
That was a really good series. I don't hear a lot of people talk about Once Upon a Time.
Sitcoms, there are telenovelas that don't last that long. Look, One Piece is long, but it is very, very good. I can understand the intimidation of wanting to start One Piece from the beginning because I get with people that have been with it since like the 90s and they've been on this journey for over, for the last 20 years, because it's just been part of their appointment television. But the one thing I can tell people is, especially if you got some free time on your hands, if something's good, yes, it will take you months. It might even take you a couple of years to catch up. Unless you're like me, who found an opportunity, who really had a lot of time on their hands. Because, spoiler alert, I didn't start watching One Piece until 2018.
Oh, I started after you.
So when I started watching, I think there were like 700 episodes. I got through them all in like 2 months.
Oh my god.
No, like, because on days I worked, when I came home, the second I got home, I turned on One Piece and it just ran until I went to bed that night, which I was doing very late. And then I would wake up with not that much sleep, go to work, come home, turned on One Piece. On days off, I woke up, I turned on One Piece, and it was One Piece all day till I went to bed. I was dedicated. So much so that I've also since gone back and done a lot of replays of a lot of stuff. I've rewatched a lot of episodes of One Piece as well. So it isn't just that I've done it that one time. I've also rewatched a lot while still trying to keep up with everything that's going. The manga, I'm a couple of chapters behind now, so I really need to get back going on the manga. But yeah, so it's great that you were able to watch those things over the past couple of weeks. But as far as the week that was, I will say there's quite a few. I think one kind of taught us a very valuable lesson. I think that's a very big week that was. And, that is, if you're going to cheat on somebody, don't go somewhere where they have a kiss cam.
All the people making fun of it is hilarious. Like the people who are at games and they're like trying to hide, and then it's hilarious. It's
like they literally these sporting events have literally went from having the kiss cam to the Coldplay cam.
Yeah. It's so funny. And it's crazy because HR was sitting right next to them. Like, what kind of company is this? I don't know.
And I asked this to my friends. I'm like, the real question, which is why they get no sympathy for me, and for the people that are like, okay, this has been going on long enough. It's like, no, it has not been going on long enough. Because here's why they're so stupid. First of all, you're in the building. They announced. You clearly see that they've started doing the kiss cam.
Yeah.
You didn't think maybe, oh no, they're putting the camera around the audience, mate. Just sit next to me. If they see us sit next to each other, I got plausible deniability. Hey, we all went to a business meeting and we decided to go to a concert afterwards. Boom. Excuse. Hashtag excuse. No.
Right.
They're clearly putting cameras on people, and you decide, you know what? This is the nice time to just cuddle up with my side piece. Either they weren't paying attention, which had to be what it was. So
yeah, it has
no
to be.
sympathy for me.
Yeah, no. Y'all know what you were doing.
Yes, Strawberry, the Coldplay cam. Yes, that's literally what they've been doing at sporting events now. Now they've been encouraging people to cuddle up with somebody as they put the camera on them so you can act surprised when they put it on you. It's hilarious.
It really is.
To the point where now they've tried to reopen the conversation of whether they should be allowed to have kiss cams at games, because it's putting it on people when they're doing private things without their consent. You're in a public place. There's no such thing as that.
Yeah. No. And it was the head of HR. That's crazy.
And the fact that he released a statement and in his apology of the, this is the man I want to reflect to be, decided to slide into, they really shouldn't do that at events. It's like, oh no, don't try to slide that part in. It's like, you're letting us know you're not even sorry. That's I'm sorry I got caught, guys. They really need to stop putting these cameras places. And if I got, advice for anybody, it's if you're out in public with your side piece, don't cuddle up with them. Everyone has camera phones. All right, I'm out.
That's just really bold to go to a public place. When they're both married. That's what's crazy too. It's not like she was just a mistress. They were both married, both had families, both had kids, and y'all both cheating.
Crazy. And I'm sorry, it's the most hilarious way to get caught cheating. They might not be laughing, but we're rolling on the floor. So I don't know what to tell you. Like, who gets caught that way? Like that's the type of stuff you see in sitcoms.
Mm-hmm.
Not in real life, because no, again, no one's that stupid.
So many things been happening this year. I don't even know what's real or not anymore. I'm not even surprised that this happened at this point.
Strawberry says his wife's finna make. Oh, she's done already released a statement too, and she done already made it clear that yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know what kind of award they both deserve, but they deserve all the dunce hats and the mockery and being canted shame as they walk down the street and all of it, all of the above.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And you know what? It also kind of resurrected Coldplay's career because people started rechecking out their music after this.
Yeah.
It's like, you know,
It was a
did you
win
see
for
that their
them.
music started showing back up on like the charts on like Spotify and stuff? It's like, you know
Mm-hmm.
what? I haven't listened to a good Coldplay song in a while.
Yeah. That's crazy.
No, it's definitely funny. Unfortunately, you know, what is not funny is another thing that has happened in this past week, and they always say that these things, when they start, they keep going. We lost the music icon, ladies and gentlemen. If maybe more the older people, especially, I know my parents and what I grew up listening to. But if you were a fan, if you've ever heard a Black Sabbath song, then you are probably aware of the one and only Ozzy Osbourne. And that is what a lot of people would know him as. If you're older, if you're younger, you might know him from the reality TV show because
Mm-hmm.
the Osbournes was all over the place. Look, I'm not even a reality TV show guy, and I used to peek at that show from time to time just because Ozzy used to have me rolling on the floor,
Mm-hmm. I
just
love
being
their show.
just being completely
Mm-hmm.
crazy. That entire family is just there's just something wrong with them, but in the best way possible.
Yeah.
Yes, girls. Ozzy Osbourne was definitely a legend and was literally on the Black Sabbath farewell tour,
Mm-hmm.
which is what was crazy. Like he sent out his last post just hours before the family announced that he was no longer with us. Like I think they really wanted to get that out because his health was already not doing very well. And when you start hearing more and more about the things that he was posting leading up, where he was basically just like, I don't really have a lot of time left. Like he knew. That
Mm-hmm.
was one of the reasons they were doing a final tour in the first place. He just wanted to get out there one last time. And yes, and you know, it's like I said, I'm not necessarily the biggest Black Sabbath fan, but they do have songs that I love. And like I said, and also as a big wrestling fan, you know, Ozzy Osbourne used to be around like the earlier WrestleManias and
Mm.
stuff. He was always associated with wrestling. So if you are a fan of his, I definitely want to say rest in peace to the one and only Ozzy Osbourne. We definitely lost a legend. And
Mm-hmm.
stand on that trend because it seems like people don't ever seem to die alone around here, unfortunately. You know, we lost a symbol of my childhood because I can tell you guys right now, my father, who everyone knows is no longer with me, his probably his favorite TV show was The Cosby Show. And so in turn, it also became one of my favorite TV shows. And Malcolm Jamal Warner was known in a lot of things. You know, I also used to love the show he had with Eddie Griffin, Malcolm and Eddie. I watched it every week. You know, he had just gotten passionate about music here recently. But of all the projects that he was in, we all know the one he's most known for because a lot of people don't even know him as Malcolm. They just know him as Theo. Theo Huxtable, definitely a staple of that family, the only boy of the Cosby kids. And it's a shame to go out that way. It's dying of drowning, which I've always said I have a phobia of because, you know, I know we all got to go sometime, but I always said if there's a number one way that I can hope not to go, it would be drowning. Like I just get about that. You know, my nephew definitely knows that he's actually backstage. We're going to get him in here in a minute
Mm-hmm.
once we get done doing the week that was.
Yeah, and I
But
loved him in The Resident too. He had a really good role in The Resident. My favorite character in that show.
yes, it's oh man, and you know he also did some voice work on the Magic School Bus. Like
Mm.
he was everywhere, and like I felt like he was just getting started. So I also wanted to take this time to say R.I.P. to the one and only Malcolm Jamal Warner.
Rest in peace.
Now, this would be the time where you would think I would announce the third one because everybody always seems to die in threes, but I'm just going to go ahead and say it like this. 10 years ago, there was a guy that used to be a wrestling legend who said a whole lot of racist remarks online and never apologized for them. And ironically, exactly 10 years later, on the anniversary of when he made all those racist remarks, Hulk Hogan has passed away. That's all I really have to say about him. We can move on. And as we move on, ladies and gentlemen, we got the one and only VoQualz! Don't worry, sir. The seat hasn't gotten completely hot yet. We're getting there. But testing 1 2 on you. We can't hear you. Uh-oh. Nah, can't hear you, sir.
He can't hear me, but how about now?
Oh, I can hear you now.
So you can hear me now?
I can now.
So you can hear me now?
I can hear you now.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Strawberry says, damn, Karma's really a beast. Yes, it is very ironic that on the 10-year anniversary of him being very racist, that literally on the same day.
Yeah. One more second.
Yeah, he's not there. Give him time. It's all right. It's okay.
Yeah! Ladies and gentlemen, what is up? What's popping? Brand new whip just hopping. What it do? Hello, how you doing? Yes, I was here since the beginning, and I wasn't here to like hop in the forum because I was speeding like Omarion to try to get home.
No, Marion.
So I made sure that I popped out because they were like, "Oh, we're gonna put on collar shirts for one piece." I was like, I didn't know there was a dress attire for this.
This was not planned. So
I'm just like, oh, okay, cool. Because it was like, oh, I know we both love One Piece because you see us both got our One Piece stuff on, and I'm just like. They look like they planned for this. Now y'all address it. You address it that you say you didn't plan for this, but from the outside, I was like, I think they planned for this. So I'm going to jump in my closet and put on the same shirt that the miss has, and I'm just like, I'm going to come here with my Dress Rosa swag as well. Absolutely, I want to have my Luffy on. You know what I'm saying? Like I was like, I'm not going to be disrespected out here because I was going to be like SpongeBob about to head out. So we was going to have that time, but it's not none of that right now. How y'all doing, ladies and gentlemen? Did you miss me? I know you did. Don't act like y'all did it. You feel me? And then he said I didn't want to bring him in because of the weakest was, and I ain't gonna lie, I looked at him crazy. I was like, you want to bring me in because we talking about the weakest was? I'm part of the weakest was. Don't play with me.
No,
I'm part of the
because we were at the death portion of the weekest.
I'm part of the culture.
And like I knew you were going to come in with a lot of energy.
Nah. I'm not finna come in to something y'all just have like depth and stuff like that. But that still don't mean that I ain't part of this segment. So don't you ever leave me outside like I'm one of these regular people waiting on the freaking security be like, oh yeah, we gonna let him in now. What the hell do I look like? No, I'm part of this segment too. If we're talking about death, I want to be here too, respectfully. So don't leave me outside of the club and try and make me hate like Chris Brown because that ain't happening. I'm not doing that.
Okay, well I will say this, a couple of things. Because ironically, One Piece isn't even on the docket for tonight. Like I said, us just wearing One Piece stuff, it was not planned. It's not even a topic of discussion on tonight's podcast. And like I said, I was going to bring you in once we got done talking, but we had to we have to pay homage to the one and only Ozzy Osbourne, Malcolm Jamal Warner, and then I guess acknowledge the racist death. So, but now that that's over, we have you here, and we haven't started burning her yet because we're about to get to the self-blaze here in just a moment.
I think you did enough already. Honestly, you already did the freaking bow tie from Yu Yu Hakusho. I think you did enough already. Like, I'm like, all right, cool. I know she gonna keep going, and you finna keep lifting her. But you know what I'm saying? Look, oh yeah, I don't know if you notice this, but like he glazed you, I don't. So I'm gonna be like, and give you some eyes over here, but I ain't gonna be like him though. Be like, look at this lovely. I'm gonna be like, okay, that looks nice. Cool. I just want to see you burn in the hot seat right now. Okay. So we're not gonna get there yet. We're not gonna get there yet. We're not there yet. And I saw the comment too, by the way. I saw the comment. Don't burn me too much. Too late. So you came to the podcast, it's real. So hey, whatever's cooking in that pot, you gonna be in that mud boiling. All right. Hey, like I tell people, you're gonna be like in Atlanta Wano, you're gonna be boiling. All right. So let's see how long can you last. Holding people up top with your favorite segment. All right, peace. So by all means, I'm just gonna sit back here and then flow it away right now and let him just glaze you.
Oh no.
All right.
I'm actually done glazing because we are now at the self-glazing part of the podcast. This is where if anybody out there does not know who Sasha Hatake is, this is the time to get to know who Sasha Hatake is. So, Miss Sasha, Queen, the floor is actually yours. Tell everybody who you are, what you're about, and anywhere they can find you, and all the other good things that you can say about yourself.
Okay, well, y'all can find me on Instagram at Sasha__Hatake, on TikTok _Sasha Babes with a Z 808. And okay, a little bit about me. Like I told you, I'm from Hawaii. I live in Texas, but I do not claim Texas. Sorry, I don't claim this state. Born and raised in Hawaii. I'm half Black, half Filipino. I grew up with my Filipino side. I was in Hawaii until I was 18, moved to New York, absolutely hated it. But I can explain. I was in Watertown, New York. It wasn't New York City. There was nothing to do in Watertown, New York. Okay. And coming from Hawaii, it snowed so much. I cried every day. It wasn't for me. I'm an island girl. So I came to Texas 2012, went to college, graduated, got married, had some kids. Life was lifing and fell into a lot of depression. And what got me out of that depression was cosplay. I was just on TikTok and Zahara was one of the first pages that I saw. And I was like, wow, I really love her cosplays. I love the anime side. I love all of that. So I just got into cosplaying. My first cosplay was Missouri from Demon Slayer. Wasn't the best, but it was my first cosplay. And that's how I got into cosplay. I just wanted something to escape everything I was going through and just not think about my problems and just think about anime, think about cosplaying. And I fell in love with it. So I've been cosplaying since 2021. My favorite con is DreamCon. I've been to all DreamCons. Every DreamCon I've been to.
Black
My
people.
favorite con. Did you say black people? Wait. Did you say black?
Black people. What do you know? What do you know? Why am I not surprised? Out of all of the cars we got in America, Anime Expo, she could have said BlerdCon. You feel me? She went to Dream. All right.
DreamCon.
DreamCon.
You know what? Let me tell you.
Tell me about Dream.
Real quick before you get into that, I did want to acknowledge. I saw that Undra's in the chat. She pops in every once in a while, so it's good to see little sis here in the chat. And Ghost said, "May I ask what island you lived on?"
Yes, I lived on Oahu. And I lived in Wailua, which is close to North Shore, so where all the beaches are. I wish I could hula. I can't. But yeah, I was there 18 years. My family's still there. I still go back and visit. I miss home. It's just expensive. It's so expensive to live there.
Pretty sure it is.
That's why I'm in Texas. It's cheap to live in Texas.
But I just want to get that out real quick. But please, again, about DreamCon.
Yeah,
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 okay,
yeah.
DreamCon.
Please tell me why the real Dream Chasers? Why?
Okay. Well, REC, before they even had DreamCon, I was following them. I love their content. I went to a con in Dallas that they were supposed to have a booth for. They never showed up. They never showed up to their booth. Okay, it was
Mm,
hilarious.
mm.
But I saw them there. I talked to them. They talked about DreamCon. I went to the very first one in Waco, and it was just an amazing con. Like, you just to see content creators walking around, very big content creators, they were just walking around. You could talk to anyone. I have a picture with Mark, Leland, everyone from RDC, Vader, Berlizzi, like so many big content creators. And it was so fun. They played dodgeball. We sat on the floor in the court watching them play dodgeball. It was amazing.
You sat
The
on the
second year
floor.
was,
I'm sorry.
yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I did not mean to interrupt you. You sat
No,
on the
that's
floor
fine.
watching
Yeah, that's how small
dodgeball.
it was.
What year was this?
2018.
Makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
That's when there was only
2018.
like
Makes
5,000
sense.
people at the con, right?
Makes sense.
Uh, if Kermain's in the chat, do you remember how many people were there? It was not a lot of people.
It might not have even
It
been
was
5,000. It might
Not
not even
at
been
that
many.
time. Not that time zone. Not they started around that time zone. They definitely started around that time zone. I had to ask because
yeah.
you said dodgeball courtroom. I'm just like, wait a minute.
Yes, we sat on the
On
floor.
the floor. That means
Mhm.
nothing but straight heat. Like kids next door, fireballs just come straight back and forth on the court, bro. That's
By
Yeah,
the way, Alex McDaddy said, "I love you so much. It's me, Alex."
that's my bestie.
That's my
My
best friend. That's my best
bestie.
friend.
She was
That's my best friend.
Gojo in the video that we did at DreamCon last year.
Oh, that okay.
Mhm. Yup.
Okay, well,
She was
welcome in,
there
Bestie.
at She was there at the second DreamCon. We all had shirts that had like a slogan from the video. Same with the first year. If you guys watch RDC's videos, they have like a hood avatar. So we had like a Boxing Nation, Weaving Nation, Fighting Nate. Like we had other shirts, and we have a picture with all of them. And that's my favorite picture. But that's why it's been my favorite con, because they just been so real. And every year, as they get bigger and bigger, they still find the time
Mhm.
to like talk. Well, I can't say for everyone. I know some people are mad they don't get to talk to big creators when they go, but when me and my friends go, they still remember us. So I'm like, hey, I'm sorry y'all came for lazy and y'all didn't see him. I didn't like that last year. They got a lot of hate because they didn't get to see content creators. I'm like, well, I don't know,
Well,
that's not
mostly
why I
that
go to
one
a con.
person, but yeah.
Yeah, I was about to say it was just him.
Yeah.
It was just that guy. It wasn't everybody else just crazy. That the average person was just having fun in swimming pool parties.
Yeah. But
Facts.
yeah.
Just saying facts, boy. Last year was nuts.
Last year was crazy. Did you go this year?
Absolutely. Oh,
Okay.
absolutely.
It was better this year,
You can
right?
look at my as in what?
As a whole.
As a whole.
Yeah.
I think last year was better than this year.
Why is that?
It was way too much stuff going on. And this is not me no hate. This is no
it,
hate.
it was because I wasn't there.
It was not it's no hate when it comes to that. I just want to say this right now because I don't want them to listen to this and be like, oh, it sounds like hate. No, I rock with them tough. I really do. They're really great people. I'm just a realist when it comes to things like this. I just feel like what happened this year, there was way more fights that was put out this year than it was last year. Because last year you didn't really have that. You just have people just like, oh, I'm gonna come here and throw some fights stuff and like that, bro. There are more than one fights that happened in that whole convention. It was like 3 or 4 fights, and one of them was DDG with his crew. And not only that, there was another person who was dressed with the girl, and he was Tanjiro jumping in the middle trying to stop somebody. And then it just constantly kept being a place where it was like Black people can't even have this great representation without anybody trying to fight. And it's sad for me to say that. Because it really irked my soul when I came in there and I saw that. Because when we was there like the first day and stuff, everybody was cool. It was vibing. It was really cool. It was really good. Like you really did not have no problem and stuff. It was literally when the second day that came around, it was way too much stuff. I didn't go on that day. I came like last, which I'm happy I didn't go on that day because I had other things to take care of. But there was like so much stuff that was going on in DreamCon this year, which I was like, okay, we gonna have to. Which I know, to be fair, because I am devil's advocate at the end of the day. to be fair, you can't
Mhm.
really control fights in the middle of the things. Those I understand. Those that just happen has happened. But it's one of the more if it's the people that you have that's on one of the lists. That's one, right?
Yeah.
Two, the other part is people are constantly doing this, and I hate to say this, but it's like clout at this point for people to start these type of things because it's becoming a trend. Because not only they started this last year, they started doing it this year.
It's literally been nicknamed CloutCon.
Like I'm not me
Mhm.
saying DreamCon is clout. What I'm saying is people are going there to try to get clout by literally starting
Mhm.
stuff and doing unnecessary things, and that makes a bad representation when it comes to the Black community and stuff like that. But I know everything else when it came with like the basketball and stuff. I heard a lot of people have fun and stuff, and not only that, they had a backlash when it came with the Megan Thee Stallion stuff that happened, but they fixed it up.
Mhm.
Shout out to them. Um,
Yeah.
but it was a lot of things in this year in DreamCon, which it was like it was fun, but I didn't really wasn't necessary. It was like let me go ahead and then try to be with the big C's or with the big dog stuff this year. I was more of like let me just relax and just hang out with my people, and I think I did a great. Think I made the right choice because there was way too many things that was going on. At those particular time where you literally would look at it and be
Mhm.
like, damn, why is this happening right here? Or why is it happening right now? And stuff like that. But no. But everything else, shout out to Ozzy Devires. You feel me? He was great with the art.
Mhm.
Shout out to Agent Double Zero who came in the booth. But like DreamCon just had like a couple of tweets where I know they could definitely fix. But
Mhm.
it was definitely one of those things where they need to get better. And y'all need to help me with the freaking content creator beta
Hey,
thing. My
That
fault.
was the
Tom,
longest application for that. I started it and I was like, I couldn't finish it. It was the longest thing I've seen in my life.
It
I
wasn't even
couldn't.
that for me. It was the fact that you didn't even know. It was like no promotion. It was like legit like a ninja thing to find out. Like if you knew that they was doing a content creator sign up thing, you had to have
Mhm.
like somebody that just knew it was like, hey, did you sign up for stuff like that? Because I didn't know
I didn't know. I knew about
until
the
like the
industry
last entry.
badge, but I didn't know about
No,
content
yeah,
creator.
yeah,
I
because like
signed up for industry. I was rejected, but I didn't even know about
Mhm.
content creator. I
and then
never saw it.
and it was a content creator and they had a YouTube line to the content creator. Those were the things I was upset. I was like, why? I was like, am I?
Mhm.
I'm like, the Instagram content thing was not promoted like that, but everything else was definitely promoted. But I just feel like when it came to the content creator, I think they're just trying things out, which is understandable. But like, homie, like,
Do a
hold
better job
on,
of letting people know that you're doing this. That's
like.
all.
Like, come on, like, show me
Mhm.
some love, give me some things, let me know what's up. You feel what I'm saying? Because I'm the type of guy I've been nonstop going to DreamCon, right? So, like, this is probably gonna be my third one now. So, I just want to make sure, and I given positive, no negative, positive vibes when it comes to me speaking on this topic because I know everybody's gonna look at me, they're gonna sound like it's crazy, but it's the truth. I just don't want nobody to just look at it and be like, oh no, Drake got is terrible. Like, no, it's a great con. Go there, you can have a great time meeting, literally trying to meet them. But I will say this though, if your main reason is just to go there just because you're trying to see some content creators, good luck. Because y'all said that about them last year, then all of a sudden y'all contradict yourself when they announced Megan Thee Stallion, and everybody else got upset because they can about a DreamCon badge. Ain't that funny?
But that's also the whole point when I say, when they say DreamCon's CloudCon and stuff like that, is like DreamCon is a great con. I've been twice, and the problem is not the con itself, it's the people. Because a lot of people go to the DreamCon, for the wrong reasons.
Mhm.
Like if people were going to just have fun, not saying you can't meet up with friends and do content, not saying that you can't conduct any business, but if you are putting together the hundreds of dollars that it takes to get a badge, the hundreds of dollars it's going to take to get a plane ticket, the hundreds of dollars it's going to take to get either a hotel or a B&B, plus the travel and everything to get there. And the whole reason you're spending these was going to be up to over $1,000 is because your whole thing is, I just want to go meet this person. I don't know if there's a person in the world I'm going to spend over $1,000 to try to go meet if it's not a guarantee.
Mhm. And I think that's why
Keyword
this is
guarantee.
yeah. And I think this is why it's my favorite con because I go with the same group of people. And we are together the whole time and we make the best out of it. So I didn't see any fights. So when I think that night or Sunday night or whatever, that's when I didn't even know
You was
DDG
the
was
good people,
there.
huh? How the hell that
I
happened? How
Look,
do
shout
you
out to
master
my
your fight?
squad.
The fuck?
Shout out to my squad.
Do
I
you
didn't
not know that
see
fights just I don't know why.
no.
I'm sorry, I did not mean to cut you off, but I do
No,
not
you're fine.
know why. Because becomes a thing with me. Because ever since MomoCon, fights just been hovering around me. And I don't even mean like I just be minding my business and it just
Mm-hmm.
happened. It just
Yeah.
happened. Like I can legit just sit down and then all of a sudden, you stupid motherfucker. Ah! Like it's like what just happened? What boondocks moment just happened here? What? I'm so sorry. But no, continue.
Strawberry makes a good
Yeah.
point in the chat. Strawberry said, "I didn't like day 2. Me and my partners got put on blast by some random dude just for existing as we were leaving the con."
Yeah. Yeah.
But then can't this happen at any con? Like, that's why when I see some people complaining about DreamCon, I'm like, this can happen at any con, any place. So I don't think it should be DreamCon themselves getting a bad name or saying, oh, I'm not going to go again because of this. Or I know another thing people were complaining about was the IRL people like streaming and stuff. How could DreamCon stop them? Like, would they have known them buying a ticket that they were going to come and start recording?
But that's the problem. Like you said, yes, technically, these things can happen at other cons, but a lot of times they don't. Because DreamCon not only brings the same anime and nerd fans that go to other cons, it also brings just the fans of like hip hop and stuff like that who maybe don't even like any of that stuff, or just content creators that aren't into any of that stuff, but they want to go there just because they want to be around a community. So when we talk about some of the people that we've been like, specifically some of the people, I'm not going to call their names out because we're not doing that here, giving them, but some of the people that have been getting caught being the guilty parties of the stuff that's happening at DreamCon, you don't hear of them being at other cons.
So why do you think those people choose to go to DreamCon instead of like BlerdCon or AWA?
AWA probably because they don't live in Atlanta. Probably the same reason they probably don't go to like a MomoCon. BlerdCon, I don't know. I've never been to BlerdCon, so I can't really speak on if they go. I think it's just because DreamCon is not only the con for blerds and black people primarily. Obviously anybody can go, but it's also, unlike a BlerdCon, DreamCon is known to have a lot of big time people be outside. You know, it is
when I
the
say
AMPs
outside,
and
we
just
say
the,
outside,
like a
we
lot
mean
of
outside.
yes,
like we're not exaggerating when we say outside. No, they outside. They don't stay right here. They constantly. I hung out with them for one night. And they was the definition of we finna go here, we finna go there, we finna go there, we finna go there. I didn't get back to 6 o'clock in the morning. True story. And I was like, Lord have mercy. Like, why am I doing this to my body? Network, duh. But still, like, it's like you're doing this because you enjoy it, but the aftermath is it's like Goku finished training, you feel me? But only the difference is you don't have a sense of being this matter, so you're gonna feel all the pain for a little bit. That's how that was. So no, but people be outside like dead ass,
and that's what I mean. And it's a lot of bigger creators that a lot of people want to meet or just go there for the chance to meet. It's like how you'll be at an after party and then you'll go to an after party and then you're exhausted and you want to go home, but then someone goes, there's this other party going on. You're like, man, I don't already been to 2 parties. Like, RDC is going to be there though. And you're just like,
hey, I'm guilty of that. Guilty of that.
Look here. I've been through a lot of parties. And look here, I can say this. I can say a good story about this. And this ain't even negative story. This is a great positive one. I remember a time I was security for Trap Sushi. It was a great time. We had an amazing time and stuff like that. You feel me? My man Drell was in the section, sitting down, minding his business. You feel me? And I went up to him. I said, "Hey, yo, let me know if you need anything. If you need anything, let me know. You in this section." Mama Tosh said the same thing to him, let him know. He's like, "Oh, okay, cool." You feel me? Then come to find out, you feel me? I came back and we started talking because I was trying to make, he kept updated. So I was like, "Hey, how you doing?" And stuff. He was like, "Yeah, but the weirdest thing kind of happened." I said, "What happened?" he was like, yeah, I was in the section and stuff, you feel me? And then apparently it was a couple of ladies was just trying to talk around me and stuff, and they don't know me, they don't know nothing about me, but they were trying to talk to me from behind, and it seemed like they were trying to get in. I was like, well, welcome to the VIP section, because that's just how this shit worked. So like it was legit the definition of bro. It was like when you sit there, everybody wants to go in and see them. Everybody wants to see them. Like it's a fun experience for me to see and done, but at the same time, I was like, Lord have mercy, this is unreal, but it is.
And you could say, why would you want to go to a party just for the chance to meet somebody for 2 seconds? But then you got to start asking, why does anybody do that anywhere? Everybody does that. That's an overall culture thing. That's why at any party you go to, that's why they advertise special guests, because they know people will come to the party just for the shot at meeting that person if they know that they're there in the house. Even if you know that there's a chance that they're just going to be hid behind the VIP wall and you're never going to get to meet them, being in the same room as those people does something for some people.
Ooh, and some of these securities, hey, buddy boy, hey, they don't play. I seen it. I saw that 4K in front of my face. I see some of them trying to go. Ooh.
Yeah, but like he was saying, like you can tell when people are not being very genuine. Like he said, we were blessed enough because of the connections and people that we knew that we were in the same VIP section that RDC was in. You know, so we sitting there chilling with them. So that's why I say, when I say these girls came up and they started talking to me, like being nice and friendly, borderline flirting, and I'm like, I know it. Y'all don't know who I am. Right. Like my name, my name ain't like it is now. You know, it's like I know what this is. I know why you're talking to me. You're hoping that you can try to get inside here through me. Like,
boy, what?
I know those tricks.
They try to give you a great conversation, boy.
I talked to them very friendly. I spoke to them, but I was like,
as you should, though. As you should.
I already know what you're up to, but hey, you know, how's your night going?
You think he can let? You know what's the crazy thing about it? Even if they asked to let him in, they had to go past me. So that's the funny thing about it. That's the funniest thing about that. But I think at that moment, I was a standard. I was always moving. That night. I was always moving. But look. That's and like I said, when we came with the Megan Thee Stallion thing, that's when I learned a lot. And when I say a lot of people definitely was upset, because I saw nothing but posts of people were like, Megan Thee Stallion is there? Oh my God, I can't go. Like they're legit doing a whole video reaction and stuff like that. I'm looking at these people.
Y'all, I was this close to her. I like when she was calling people to the stage, because at first she was doing the cosplay contest. They gave her 3 people. She was like, no, we need more people. I ran to that stage. I was this close to her. Oh, she's so beautiful.
By the way, guys, ladies and gentlemen, Jasirii!
Hey. Hi, friend.
This I never seen a man smile so hard in his life. Right? Look at him. Look at here. Look here. Nah. Everybody, relax. No. I want everybody to just notice. Okay. But Jasirii is at home in his room. You feel me? I be seeing him smiling. You feel me? But it's one of them. I'm tired smile. This man is smiling like he's having the blessed time of his life. Look at his face.
Into perspective, real quick. He's on the West Coast. It is still daylight outside.
Right?
I know, right? Look at him. He's just happy. He's just like, yeah, man. I'm loving the breeze. You know what I'm saying? I'm loving it. Look. Yo, peep the background too. My man in high floors and stuff. You feel me? My man background probably clean. Like, look at this. Nah, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Feel me?
How's Cali treating you?
Listen, Cali's treating me wonderfully. I'm here at San Diego, so I have no complaints. I'm just happy to be here.
And he got the lineup too. Look, he got the lineup crispy too. This man was ready. Stop playing. This man said, look here, if I'm finna pull these bitches, I need these lines, man. Hold on.
You know what, though? I will say, since we do got the King of New York here, and we know we're probably not going to have him too long because he's outside.
Mm-hmm. And probably that connection ain't very well right now.
We already starting to lose him a little bit as we speak. Better go ahead and get him situated, though. Yeah, so we know we can go. Oh, can't hear him.
We can't hear you right now. You got to fix your headphones.
Your sound went away, sir.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can. There we go.
Yeah, I'm back now. My bad. Somebody
Nah,
called the
you
group
good.
chat and it just disrupted everything.
Nah,
But
you're good. But
I thought you were at San Diego Comic-Con, Ghost.
oh, I sure am.
You see,
I
it's
sure
still
am at San
daylight
Diego Comic
outside.
Con. San Diego is nice and bright. I ain't going front. The breeze is breezing. The sun is like look at it. Look. You feel me? There's a hoop, all that.
Wow.
So I'm just happy to be here. Like I said, I'm gonna be here for a short time. So listen, I'm here for it.
Look, I told you, this man smiling. This man got a fresh cut, just smiling, boy. I'm telling you, this is a different smile.
Because he's somewhere I want to be right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm happy for him, but that's as much as I can give him right now.
Oh damn!
It's the biggest con in the world.
Yes, the number one.
Yeah.
But you know what? While we have you here, we'll go ahead and at least get one topic in with you, so you get to sit back and relax in San Diego, California, as we get this opportunity to see if Sasha is going to be on the right side of history. Because Miss Sasha, I need you to right now, as we always have this ongoing debate on this podcast, I need you to say it with your chest, because the glazing is over with. Nickelodeon or Cartoon Network?
So as I was watching episodes to prepare myself, I was thinking what my answer would be, because a lot of people made good points. Like Cartoon Network was more if you just wanted to watch and just have fun. Nickelodeon had all the life lessons. But I'm gonna have to say, because of this man right here and this show, I'm going Nickelodeon.
You know what?
Oh,
I'm not even messed up with
I
that.
need a drink.
I got it. Avatar has so many good life lessons, and it's fun, and there's Korra, and we're getting another Avatar. Like, I love Avatar. I love SpongeBob. Okay, I had a SpongeBob birthday party last year. I gotta go. I gotta go Nickelodeon. Mostly for those two shows. Mostly for them.
No, you know what? That's fair. Like we always say, it's always good to be on whatever side of history that you're on. But I can't say this, I'm not surprised, because when you sent me your list of cartoons, I saw how one-sided the cartoon list was. And sir, I know you were turned away for a second, but she has officially chosen Nickelodeon.
You on the island?
Yes.
You're on the island with the 8. So you're 8. You're number 8. You're number 8.
He's my favorite number.
So
No,
what's
bro,
your top
8 is my
five?
favorite number.
8's my
I just know
favorite
the
number,
reason
but
behind
I'm not
this.
on the island.
Well, I'm from Hawaii. I have to be on the island. Come on.
You know what? Let her have it. She look like a rocket. She look like a rocket power type.
Rocket Power's on her list.
Told you. I told you. You ain't gotta tell me. I know. You said island, bro. You told me island.
Yes,
Where's Rocket Power? Where they at? On an island. Skateboarding. Where they at? Hawaii.
Yes.
They're chilling. They are literally surfing. Of course.
I mean, Rocket Power was a time. I'm not gonna front, especially nobody does not know that.
I know the woogie. No, the woogie was there. Nah, absolutely. Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that. That means you love all. That means you love all grown-ups, right? Oh,
Rugrats is on her list.
Yeah. I'm sorry. When you said grown-ups, I thought of a different grown-ups, not the show. I was like, hold on. We're not talking about the scandal, right?
Oh no,
I'm not for the scandal. But
yeah. Shout it out.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, the all grown-ups. The
Rugrats.
Yes, the Rugrats all grown up. Not scandal.
Yeah, I was like, hold on. Yes, yeah.
No.
Rugrats was on my list.
Okay. That means you rock with Angry Beavers, right?
Not high on my list, but yeah, they cool.
Oh,
She did show the tattoo that kind of solidified why she picked Nickelodeon as well.
So what show? What did it? It better not be a sponge. Of course. Okay, I'm not surprised. Okay, cool.
Avatar, the savior.
I mean,
it's right her wall. You know what's crazy? I saw that like right behind you, and I was looking at it. Was like when we first got in, and something told me that it was like you're an islander. And I was just looking at that. I was just looking at it and I was like, where was Aang from? An island.
It's not every day that we do have somebody from the islands of Hawaii on the podcast. There's one I've been chasing down for months. I'm not going to say her name at this particular moment, but if
I'll
we
say
actually
it.
got
I'll
one
say
from
it.
the
I know what you're
island,
talking about.
we don't name drop like that on this podcast.
Hey, I said I ain't afraid. I'll get
But-
that. Hey, I'll get that text message. I'll take it.
I'll get it too. In fact, I'll probably get it without saying the name because I'm probably going to tag her and put this clip up once this podcast is over. But, you know, I figured, well, I'm going to step away from Nickelodeon and Cartoon Network for myself and ask you, how do you feel about Lilo and Stitch?
I knew it. I called it.
I love Lilo and Stitch. I love it. I love it. The live action, it took me a little bit to like love it because they changed some stuff. And I'm just like, if it's not broke, don't fix it. But I've seen it again, and I do like it. I just like the original better.
Okay, I mean, we all love the original better. There's nothing wrong with that.
Oh no. I'm not hating on the live action. I just think they lost what's the true meaning of what that show is.
And that's what I try to tell people.
When we got to
and they don't understand it.
The whole thing was about a broken family. And a family sticks together. Because the whole thing is honor means family. Family means nobody get left behind or forgotten.
And let me just tell y'all.
And when we got to the ending of it, and I looked at that whole, and I was like, okay, y'all already too getting too out. I'm not mad at that, whatever. Y'all tried to do something. I was trying to wait on him in the credits, and I ain't even get that. So I was like, all right, cool. It is what it is. So I'm over here just like, okay, let me just give it a shot, right? You're not finna hate. I'm not finna hate on something without watching it. You gotta watch it to know like how you feel about it. Like I really feel like the show was like a 6.8 out of 10 because it was like they took a lot of value and stuff out of it. I didn't hate Quickly. I think Quickly was well of a different version how they had it. Jumbo wasn't really upset. They tried to stick to the original voice actors, to the voices. I get it. I'm not mad at that. I just think that when we got to the villain part, it made everything weird and stuff. And especially, they kind of made Jumba like a true, trying to make him an actual villain. But they forgot that Jumba was not really a villain. He was just there just to show, he still showed compassion about to people what was going on the island and stuff. They made Jumba like, nah, I don't give a fuck about little girls and stuff like that. I'll blow up the house and stuff like that. And forgot the fact of when we got to the ending of it, you legit took out the whole meaning. Like after we supposed to be sticking together. After that, we like, Nami goes to college, cool, and Lilo sticks with the grandmother. Like, wait a minute, hold on. The whole purpose.
No, not the grandma, the neighbor.
I'm sorry, the neighbor. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. You're right. And I was just looking at it, and I'm just like, what is going on here with this ending? Like, I don't like the message you're trying to say is it's okay to be apart, but we'll be back together one of these days. Cool, but it was like, no, Ohana means family. That's the whole point of this thing. You took that away. Why would you take that away? You took out a lot, but you took out the main reason of the thing.
And why would you take that away? But since he's not here for a long time, I want to get Jasirii in on this, unless he's still chatting it up with the people in his room. Jasirii, you got anything to add? Okay, no, he doesn't. All right. Now we know he's outside. Well, he's inside right now, but he's outside.
Yeah.
But no, I just definitely want to get that asked to you real quick. But we definitely are going to go ahead and get everything rolling because it is time, like we said. It's hot seat time. So we're going to see what we got going on right now. So one thing that we definitely want to get into, and I want you to talk to me a little bit about this because there was an anime on your list that I kind of want to touch on, and that was an anime called Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. FMAB.
Top tier.
So we always start before we get into actual topics. Just talk to me about your love for Fullmetal Alchemist.
Can I reply to this comment real quick?
Yes.
Sorry. They said, and she goes to college out of state when her home has the best marine biology. The movie just really made me mad because I have a little sister that I'm currently taking care of, and there's just nothing in my soul that I would leave her behind anywhere. And I feel like when you watch Lilo and Stitch growing up, like that is what it's about. Like, family, all that stuff. So when she went to college, and I'm not saying she couldn't go to college, she could have went to college in Hawaii. Like I don't know why she couldn't stay home to go to college. I don't know why the neighbor couldn't have, like, I don't know. But yeah, she went to a college out of state when she could have went to college in Hawaii. Don't understand that.
The
No,
best
that's
college,
fine.
I get it, but it
That's-
was still at the same time. It was like, son of a bitch.
Yes, I definitely know you want to get that off your chest, but like we said, it is about to be hot seat time.
Okay.
So talk to me about your love for Fullmetal Alchemist.
So this is actually the first anime I watched when I got back into anime. I watched it growing up, kind of stopped watching it, watched a little bit in high school, stopped watching it. And then after I graduated college, this was the first one that got me back into watching, and I love it. I love it. Roy Mustang is my favorite character. I love the brotherhood between Ed and Alphonse. I love the villains. It's amazing anime.
Okay, you heard that. It's an amazing anime. So now we're about to get a little deeper into Full
Okay.
Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. So we got some questions here, and I'm gonna go ahead into the first one. Since you said you love Ed and Al and Roy and all of them, between Ed, Al, Scar, and Roy, who would you say is the best written?
Say the options one more time.
Between Ed, Al, Roy Mustang, or Scar, who would you say is the best written character?
Oh gosh,
Mm,
y'all got some. These are weird.
see, I love Roy because I don't know if it's like a simp thing. Don't cancel me. I don't know if it's a simp thing, but I love him for that reason. But I think Ed is written the best out of the four.
Okay. So you
So
said
Ed?
Roy is more of a simp thing, but Ed you feel is the best written out of all of them.
Yeah, and I'm not saying I only sent for him. Like I like his character, but I think how Ed is written, I love like he's a short king and he's mad and he's angry, and I'm mad and I'm angry, and I relate to that. And he goes hard for his family. I go hard for my family. So I think it's more like I see myself in him. But he's also written really well. Like, yeah, no, I'm going Ed.
Okay. Now, like I said, there's nothing wrong
Mhm.
with going Ed. It looks like he's going to be stepping away again. So, King of New York, who would you say is the best written?
All right. So we said it's between
Ed, Al,
Alphonse.
Alphonse, Roy Mustang, or Scar?
You see, Scar's story was immaculate. I'm not gonna lie to you, but the most in depth was Edward. Actually, you know what? I'm pushing Alphonse. Alphonse was the youngest. His body was actually snatched away in the journey that they had to go through. Him being insecure, him finding out about his body, him finding out from another person exactly like him inside of armor, that does something to you. That's like finding out that you're biracial and that your parents are, you know what I mean? You have an identity crisis. Now, after the identity crisis, I'm starting to find out who I am. Like it's such an attraction to his story. So I'm gonna go. I'm gonna have to go Ed. I'm gonna have to go Edward.
I thought,
Or
oh, you
Alphonse.
did. I thought you went
I mean
Alphonse. Yeah,
Alphonse.
yeah.
My bad. Alphonse. My
Okay.
fault. Yeah, I'm going Alphonse.
I hear music all of a sudden from somewhere.
That's probably my mom who needs to shut the door. You can't even talk. So why are you speaking?
Ah,
That door
Ryan,
needs
don't
to
talk to
shut.
mama like that.
Thank you. I appreciate it. The podcast is real. Nah, Jasirii, you don't even know Ma. You don't know her like I do.
That's my sister.
You don't know her. If you know her, you'll
oh,
understand.
is that
why
really your
we-
sister?
Yeah.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, they got a family tree.
She just got back from having my mom just came back for getting her teeth filled because she was missing a tooth of her friend. So now she got teeth there now. So you feel me? Her mouth's gonna be swole for a couple of days. And I'm gonna enjoy every bit of this. is.
Okay,
So
cool.
yeah.
But just as
I
a recap, because I knew you had to step away, Sasha said Ed, Jasirii said Alphonse. Who you say is the best written, sir?
a lot of people would say Scar, and I can see why people would say Scar, do especially when it came into the war. But
Yo,
me, but for
Spoiler
me,
alert: Scar is my answer. But go ahead.
you see what I'm saying? I see a lot of people will say Scar. I would say Mustang, and here's why I'll say that. Do y'all know how hard it is to forgive jealousy? That is one of the most character development in history of kind, because your main objective was to get revenge for your friend. But once you find out the true meaning of jealousy, how he operates or what it is and stuff like that, that man turned into something that you never seen. And we came to realize about like so many different emotions inside of him that we didn't have. We know he was supposed to be the great leader of this country, but then on the other side, you realize that you have to do bad things to make it be right. So you have to do dog. You're gonna have to do terrible things just to make sure other operations will look right at the end. And especially when you learn about the war. Oh my gosh, it was the entire thing with Mustangs was so well written, and learning the definition of revenge, because a lot of people would jump into that, and then you got to have your own partner to pull the gun in the back of your head, just be like, this is not you, and if you continue to do this, I will end you right here right now. And I'm just like, oh my god, what? Yo, nah, I'm saying Mustang for me.
No, that is great. And you know what? It's not every day that we have four options and all four of us picked a different person. So I might be a first here on the podcast, is real. So no, I absolutely love it. By the way, as far as that goes, I have a lot more to say about that later, but it's kind of got its own topic. So I'm gonna put a pin in it for now. Um, so there were quite a few fights that happened. So Sasha, I'm going to see you first. What would you say is the most satisfying fight in Full Metal between these? Wrath versus Scar, Mustang versus Envy, or Ed versus Father?
You said the most sad? Oh no,
Satisfying.
satisfying. Mm.
repeat that. Repeat that.
Hey, dog, I'm looking at every last one of these questions. I ain't gonna lie. Every last one of these fights were funny. Because these fights wasn't even fair.
Especially that one, but we'll get to that in a second.
Wait, let someone else go first and let me think. Cause I need to go back and think. I haven't seen this anime in like 6 years. So I need to go back and think about what these fights are. Give me a second.
What you got? What you got, Jasirii? Or are you still thinking over there with your brain?
What's your brain? I hope with his brain.
He said with his brain.
All right. He's the one named Sailor Moon.
Can we go over those options one more time?
Look here, I'll pop it off. I'll pop it off if I need to be. Okay, I'll pop it off. I'll let you think about it. Okay, so Bradley is Scar, right? That shit was very one-sided. Okay, let's call it what it is. That wasn't even a fight. That was a 1v20. That was that, and that wasn't even a Bradley and Scar fight. Let's keep it a band here. It wasn't even a fight. That little ass fight that they had at the end was not a fight. That man was fighting everybody in that group. Scar just so happened to be there in the end just to get the last hit. That wasn't even a fight. So that wasn't even like, I can't even say that was even satisfying. That was just one of them just like seeing Bradley just become that, just had that dog in him. That's what that was. That's what he was, a dog that entire time. Not Leon Thomas Mutt. I'm just saying, this man was nuts in that fucking fight. Ed versus the father, the thing is, I didn't even hate the father a lot of, even though we got a lot about in the background and stuff, he just literally just wanted to absorb God and stuff like that. So my answer is going to be obviously Mustang versus Envy, because you have that frustration. You was frustrated, right? It was like a Hunter x Hunter moment with Gon and Pito. right? It was like that moment because you were so frustrated because you wanted you wanted him to put this you wanted to see this man just go nuts and absolutely insane. Like I said, Hunter x Hunter is a great example like that. I know there's another JJK with Itadori versus Mahito. Like we all wanted just to see Itadori just put their hands on Mahito in their hand, but we only got that kick and that was it. We ain't get that dog boom boom boom. Mustang was just so frustrated and just put so much of his time and energy just to try to get that revenge, but he never had a chance. Like, yes, you see him burn and envy and stuff like that, but he had, like I said, I was talking about it like in the last topic. He had to learn to forgive in that moment when it came with envy. Like, once we all learned that when envy was jealous, bro, it was a great message behind that. So it was satisfying seeing Mustang was like, yeah, get this, but then at the same time, you just like, but this motherfucker son, like you wanted to, but when you learn the message, you're like, yeah.
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna give y'all some more time. Usually I go last as the host, but I'm gonna go ahead and go next to give y'all some more time to think about this.
I try to stretch it out.
Well,
no, you're fine. I'm just gonna go ahead and go next. So I'm gonna give y'all some time.
I'm just gonna piggyback on his answer because I agree.
Hello.
Well, we'll get there. Like I said, Wrath versus Scar, like he said, it wasn't the longest fight in the world, but it's okay because I mean,
that man stabbed him in his arm.
What do they say? Two nameless people fighting to the death. You're like, yeah. I know you go by Scar, but what's your real name? It's like, look, I don't have a real name. Yeah, neither do I. All right, let's do this. But yeah, here's the thing. Like I said, Mustang and Envy, that wasn't a fight either.
No, it was just frustration.
But the whole thing is they're technically versus, and that's why this is the most satisfying. So what gave you the most satisfaction? And seeing Envy talk all that shit, which one of y'all want to die first? And the second this man was like, yeah, did you kill Hughes? You know who killed Hughes?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, so you did do it. Not only did you admit it, you over here boasting about I'm about to kill your ass. And the second Envy tried to get big, now I'm gonna boom. Burn. No. You caught me by surprise. They're really gonna move. Oh my goodness. Oh shit, wait. He's the one that took out Lust, isn't it? Bye.
What even, bro?
And the rest of it was just a chase. And it just tried to transform into Hughes. He wouldn't dare burn up his friend. Boom. You would burn up your friend? Like, look, I am not playing with you right now. That's why it was just so satisfying because he just took off running and this man was on a mission. I'm not trying to hear you talk. I'm not trying to hear you make excuses. I am on your ass.
Until we got to that end when until we got to the end part, that man was trying to make shit going on. But wait, wasn't he? But wait, didn't you kill his mother? But what about you? Didn't you freaking do this to him? And y'all still just looking at me like I'm the bad guy? Y'all should be killing each other. I'm just
wait,
wow.
y'all are just staring at. So y'all aren't damn.
Man, what? Because that's what it means. Everybody was just looking at him like pity after that. They were just looking at him like, bro, that's sad.
You ain't worth it.
That's sad. That's sad. And that's what I mean.
That's why that's satisfying for me because it's not every day that you just see something that's been accumulating this entire series and it ends and him just running for his life. Like, I don't even want the smoke. I'm out of here.
I mean, just a chameleon versus fire. What the hell?
I'm not trying.
I
don't know if I lagged out during my answer. I don't know if it lagged out. Did it lag? Did I lag out during my answer?
You might.
Literally, I went like this. I went like this the whole time.
That's his answer.
I was like, "Yo, that was my answer." Roy Mustang, hands
down. Oh, okay.
I figured that's what he was doing.
So we all agree.
At the end, when he was just like,
that
you know what?
It.
Boom.
It was so satisfying throughout the whole movie because that man has been in agony. He's been waiting. Like, he is the equivalent to Levi in Attack on Titan. He needed it. He needed that body.
That man turned into his wife, to his best friend ex-wife, and boasting about it, boy. Let me reenact the whole scene so I can show you how I killed him. I'm like, oh my
And then
god,
the envy was getting reckless because he tried to turn into Hughes. Was like, he ain't gonna burn his bed. He's like, Hughes is dead. Like, you think that's gonna work? And then on Hawkeye tried to turn into Mustang, and she tricked him. It's like, yeah. It's like, why you pointing your gun at me? Because you called me lieutenant. You know, he always calls me by my first name. Oh, I do? No, he doesn't. But thank you for giving yourself away.
stupid.
Like at that point, he just wasn't thinking. Like it was flight. There wasn't no fight or flight. It was just straight flight. At that point,
straight.
And it was so satisfying to watch. So we do have a game, Sasha, on here that we've been playing a lot lately, and we're going to do a Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood edition of it. So this is going to be the Fullmetal Alchemist version of Agree or Disagree. I'm going to give you some scenarios from Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, and I want you to tell me if you personally agree with them or not.
Oh, shit.
Okay.
I don't like this one.
So, agree or disagree. Now, I'm going to softball her real quick. Agree or disagree, number one. Scar's quest for revenge was understandable. Because, you know, there are people that classify him a villain, anti-villain. They don't know what to classify Scar.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
We also give our reasons. So why do you feel like his revenge is understandable?
How detailed do I need to get?
How detailed can you get?
I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. Like I said, I have not watched this in like 6 years. I don't remember everything like verbatim, but yeah, I agree.
Okay, well we'll leave it there then, Jasirii. Unless if you're here with us, do you agree or disagree with Scar's? Yes. Look at him. He's just like quick. You want to add some details in that Sasha may have forgotten about?
Shit, I can remember a lot. That shit was crazy.
Wait, no, I'm here. I can hear you. You gotta repeat the
I said, do you want to throw in some details? Because I'm trying to give you more of the floor because I know you're not with us as long, you know, as everybody else.
Okay, my bad. Repeat the question. Do I agree or disagree
Scar's
that
revenge
Scar's
was
an anti-villain?
understandable. Agree or disagree, and why?
Oh, 100%. Yes. That man has been through turmoil. That man has been through. Listen, he's a war child. He's a child of war. Yes, the government came in and tried to seize his shit. Now, why? They really didn't have no reason. They were like, all right, cool. They got some weapons of mass destruction. Let's go get them. That was it. That was the only explanation. They had no reason to go there. And so what if he was working on alchemy? So what? You took out his family. Once you touch my family, everything is justifiable. I'm turning into King Von. It's over. I don't want to hear nothing else. So yeah, it was a reasonable crash out.
All right, 2 for 2. So are we going 3 for 3?
Well, his Scar revenge was understandable. The question was Scar revenge was understandable. So I will agree to Scar revenge was understandable. I agree to that statement. Was it understandable? Yes, I agree that I understand of what Scar did. I understand.
You want me to
I
give you
feel
a
like
follow-up
there's a
question, but
but.
was it right?
Yeah, I feel like there's a but in
nice
there.
try. Nice try. I just look. I just.
No, let's get. I'm throwing in the follow-up right now, but was it right?
Like I just put it in there. So it would be very hypocritical of me to say this because we did have this great conversation about this on Attack on Titan when it came with Gabby, when Gabby spun a block around when it came with Sasha. So it'd be very hypocritical for me just to be like, oh no, it was not be right and stuff like that because when you look at the entire thing and stuff, the whole entire thing wasn't even about the soldier. It was really more the seven deadly sins. That was definitely was following father's rules to be able to make a lot amount of blood just for them to make this one specific type of jewel in Fullmetal Alchemist. I forgot what it's called, but they had to basically the Philosopher's Stone. They had to make a lot of freaking human sacrifices just to make this Philosopher's Stone. So that was kind of the main reason for them to go there, to make a lot of bodies and stuff like that. So it was definitely understandable for him to go up and try to spend a block back to go back with him, because what you did to me, I'm gonna go back and do to you. Now, to be fair, there were a lot of things in there that was very questionable, especially when it came to Winry parents. We all forgot, right? The people who were absolutely. That's why I was like, y'all kind of forgot about that. So, I did. Like a lot of people kind of forgot about that. So it was like, that's why I say I understand, I agree, but that means you even took out the people who was even there for you to build you up for that. So I can't agree with that type of statement, because that means you'll get rid of anybody who was good in your entire heart. And when there was a lot of people that were showing good to Scar in there, he didn't care about them and straight murked them. I get when it came with the bad people, but he was getting rid of the good people too at the same time. So Scar was on the revenge path of what he wanted to do, but I don't agree with you going around and then trying to get rid of the people that were absolutely was there and it was good and stuff like that. So of course there was some children and stuff he was fine, and he actually make a man and ask for forgiveness and stuff like that. But y'all know how long it took for Scar to do that? That's crazy. Come. Oh my gosh. Yo, what?
That's what I'm saying. He said that he had no other choice.
Right.
Did you know?
Come on. Like, that's what I was telling her, bro. And then the fact that when we had to come up and just still fix Scar after, I'm like, nah, bro, y'all don't understand. That's to go up against the man who killed your parents. That's different. But then everybody be like, that's one person versus everybody. Well, there are more people that Scar did that was nice, and we ain't trying to hear that. So, but that's why I said, is it understandable?
Yeah, but whether it's right or not is a completely different conversation.
Absolutely.
That's why I worded it the way that I did.
That's why I said, nice try. I know where we're going with this. Is it understandable? Yes. But do I agree with him going in town just murking almost everybody and stuff? But then, like I said, that'd be hypocritical, because then y'all be like, put on Attack on Titan. They had people go in there and get rid of people too that were good too. So you could. That's why I said it'd be very a hypocritical type of subject to have in this type of thing.
Like,
but
I get why he did it.
Yeah, but it's just like, but when you attach to this one character, Winry, and then when you learn about how she came up by herself without her parents, and now you learn how that parents is not away. You feel me saying? It's not like Winry's gone, getting rid of like Sasha. That's different. Winry is still here. You just feel bad. You feel bad. You want to get, you feel what I'm saying? So it's like, Scar is such a love and hate character. So,
by the way, I feel like Winry was underutilized, but that's just me.
Absolutely. Absolutely. But understandable, agree. But do I agree with everything else he's done? To the extent, not really. So,
but by the way, that was not one of the questions. I just want to throw that out there about Winry. I like Winry, and I felt like they could have done more. But
I would say this though, out of a lot of female characters they put out in the anime, she was actually one of the great representation of women. I would definitely say that. She was actually one of the great representations of women out there. I would definitely say that, because she was taking them no bullshit.
I don't know about her and Ed, if that was as earned as a lot of other people like to say. But again, that's also just me. I want to go ahead and go. This is the one that I'm going to softball you. So we kind of touched on this a little bit, Sasha. So agree or disagree? Mustang should have killed Envy.
I would have.
I get it. Mm-hmm.
I would have.
I know. I think a lot of people in America would.
I don't have that good trait in me to do the right thing or do the thing that should happen. No. I go for revenge always.
After when the lieutenant puts the gun in the back of your head, you would still burn Envy, right? You would take the bullet?
But I took the bullet.
Yeah, I said, will you take the bullet? I said, you would take the bullet. Because that was the main thing.
I'm going to let her answer first, and then I'm going to comment.
Yeah, because I was like, don't forget, one of the main things about that was the lieutenant put the gun in the back of Roy Mustang's head because you changed it to a different person that you're not used to.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you reverse it to a different side of you and stuff, which we know, because you basically revert yourself back into the wars version of yourself when you just don't give a fuck about nothing and you just doing your job and just You're here for blood and revenge. You're not thinking about justice or what your main purpose. And that's what the lieutenant was trying to get to Roy understand. So that's why I was like, so you would take the bullet just to get revenge for your best friend?
What? Okay, are you saying for me or for him?
Yeah, for you,
For,
like
oh,
you,
100%.
you and that situation.
100%.
Okay.
Yes.
So you're saying, hypothetically, because I got something to say about that in a second. You're saying you would be willing to die to get your revenge. You don't care if you're gone, as long
for
as you
my
got
best
yours.
friend. Yeah, for my best friend, yes.
Was it though?
I don't know. That sounds like some shredder
Was
shit.
it? I was about to say, was it though?
Listen,
I say, hey,
hold on. Sasha, hold on. First off,
Okay,
you have nothing to lose. You have no family. You have no ties with anybody else. All you have is yourself. Your people is off in the corner, off in the land because they all backed out. So, all right, cool. They living in their corner of the section of the world. I have nothing to live for. Nothing, which means I'm crashing out every time. If I'm going, somebody's coming with me. Everybody's going with me. Shoot, we all cook, including me.
No, but here's what I was gonna say. Because yes, Hawkeye literally was like, if you do this, I'm gonna shoot you. And then I'm gonna take myself out because I don't want to keep going without you.
And
that was
and
like,
to be
so
fair,
now
she's a murderer.
everybody's just gone. Meanwhile, Scar's over there in the corner, like, look, you ain't finna come to me talking about revenge. Look, I can't talk to nobody about any of that shit.
Oh God, that's the last phrase you be talking about it. But his is
like,
way
Ed,
worse.
you, Hawkeye, y'all can have that conversation. I'm just here.
See, but his
I'm watching. I'm just watching. That's what Scar was like. But here's what I'm saying is, Hawkeye wouldn't have gone through with it. I firmly believe if he had done it, he would not have shot him. And he could have done it anyway because he had already walked over to her talking about, yeah, you're right. You know, y'all rely on me. I'm going to be president. Went over, pulled the gun down. Now, what would have stopped him from when he did that? It's like, I'm so sorry, but I'm going to kill him anyway. Like, I don't think she was gonna go through. I mean, she can say that all day long. It sounds nice.
Like, she was really calm and composed and had that gun that like she was ready to pull, and it was like, and she was triggered, like she was willing to pull it. Like we had that in animation.
It sounds nice. It does. To be willing to be like, if you take out him, I'm taking out you, then I'm gonna take out me, and we just all gonna be a bunch of gone people around here. I just don't. I don't know. Hey, you know, revenge do some crazy things to you, though.
Oh God,
that's a fact.
Oh God, that's what I said. That's what I said. At that moment, I get it. Japan and America was like,
but
let that go.
But sir, get you officially on the record. Should Mustang have done it?
Should Mustang kill Envy? I say no because we would have never got the message. We never would have got to forgive, and that's one of the biggest thing about that stuff because you have to beat each sin of what their opposite is. Wrath was just basically the sin of wrath. Basically, just wanted to keep going until somebody, till nothing else really of him. You have envy, which literally just have pity, which is jealous of everybody and stuff. And once you just understand that type of moment, you just have to be like, okay, you can't just let this person control your life at this taste because that's basically what envy is, to push your buttons and stuff. And you have lust, who's basically trying to show you what lust is, but it's not really just love. Greed was just, Lord have mercy, we don't want to get on greed. Greed was just too much. Yeah, greed was too much. I ain't gonna lie. He was the weakest one out of all of them. I'm gonna keep it up and with you. But that's
even though lust died pretty early, but still greed.
At least lust still got some bodies on him.
And also went down to Roy Mustang. So I mean, it's like,
hey, come on now. I'm just saying. But when it came to greed got bodied by. Yeah, let's just leave it alone. But let's just leave it alone. But like I said, Mustang should have killed Envy. No, because it's one of the biggest moments in that story. It was so well written that you just needed it. You needed that character development for Roy Mustang. You needed
it. It was like, because we don't want you to go down that path. We can't have this happen to your hands. That's why Hawkeye was even like, we're not saying we ain't gonna kill the bitch.
Kill him.
Like,
nah.
we just can't have you do it. I'm gonna point the gun at it and do it myself.
Right.
We just can't have you do it because of the path we think it's going to take you on if you've been driven by this revenge rage
You
and
saw
get
what?
that satisfied.
Man, what? And y'all saw what he did in Lust? That man was not finna stop. He kept going. He kept going. He did not stop. He kept going to the point that she literally turned into ash.
Look, Hawkeye had to sit there and watch
that.
He said, look, you sit there and don't interfere. I'm gonna kill
To
this.
this man doing his hour, pull up that one and whoa. All right, now it's just me and you. This man's just burning so bad. He done his orchestra.
Yeah, like he's up there with a freaking quartet. So,
like what?
Just cue the music. Like, man.
He was like Bugs Bunny.
And then the true form came out and he stepped on it. Like, the hell you think you going? Nah, but Jasirii, am I assuming that you would have killed Envy? Or Roy Mustang should have?
What a murder bumbo. Listen, that's a yes. That's an automatic yes. Like Envy would. Envy's gone. Envy is gone. I do not care. There is no if and or buts. That's just me though.
That's what I said. Then we all hypothetically would have been gone because I still don't think Hawkeye would have. I don't think she would have done it. But she threatened pretty well. But I don't know if she would have went through with it.
No, would have been like, dang. Now we gotta cover. How are we gonna get past this? Don't worry, we'll come with a plan after. Envy gotta go.
But now, the last agree or disagree, at least on Fullmetal Alchemist, Sasha, we're just gonna go to the end because we know what a lot of people say about Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, the masterpiece that it is, and I've heard this been circulating around a lot. So, agree or disagree that Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood it has the best ending in anime.
The best
That movie
ending in
pulled it all
anime.
together. Think
Huh.
about the.
Hold on.
Think about the movie. Think about the movie.
Wait, I gotta think of some other endings first. Hold on. Best endings.
Listen,
God.
listen. Think about the movie.
It's
Think about how it's all tied up. Come on.
I know I'm trying. Hold on, let me trying to think of some other
You
animes.
you
Like
want a
what
refresher?
ending was
You
the
want a
best?
refresher? I got a refresher. I got a
Okay,
refresher
give
for
me
you.
the refresher while I think about some other endings, because I'm like, hold on, best ending. That's high for me to just say yes. So give me the refresher as I think of some other endings, because I really liked how Sailor Moon ended. So if is it gonna beat Sailor Moon's ending?
Okay, listen. I'm just saying the end after the anime, they came up with the movie. He went back, and this is if this is a spoiler for you, just leave because this it's been out too long.
been out. There's no
The,
such thing as a spoiler. It's been out forever. Continue.
so as he traveled, as he found a way back to his original world, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
After his parallel world, he went back, and then he saw his brother, and he went through a whole mission. You feel me? And him and his brother were both in their own bodies. You know what I mean? It was a full circle, but Ed had to leave, so Alphonse went with him, and then they both lost their powers. But you know what? They were together. And it was a perfect epiphany. It was a full circle to an answer that we never got after splitting up for so long. You know what I mean? And his brother took on his whole mantle while he was gone. You know what I mean? He did his job. He did his job. So in my humble opinion, that was a perfect full
Mm-hmm.
circle because we needed that closure. We never got that closure. A lot of shows do not give us that closure. A lot of shows just be ending stuff and leaving it in a friggin' circle and a standby. But you know what? This open ending answering came back very, very, very closely. Well, it was very,
Mm-hmm.
very. It was very common for me, and just to end with all of our questions answered is a 10 out of 10 for me, dog. It's 100 out of 10. You feel me? Like it was just perfect ending.
Ed and Winry together, children.
Yup, yup. Talk about it. Let's
It
talk
it
about it. We all wanted
sounds
that.
it It sounds amazing. It does, but I'm thinking of like Sailor Moon's ending. Um, I can't say case
Oh,
closed
y'all
because
about to go on
that's
the
never
street
gonna
with me.
end. Um, from what he's saying, it sounds beautiful, right? It sounds beautiful. I just don't know if I can say it's the best because
you know,
I'm thinking of all the
a
other
lot of
endings.
animes usually have this big reputation of even great animes for having not
Yeah,
so good endings,
yeah.
and
I'd
so
say
many
like top
people,
three,
a lot of
top three
people,
best endings.
yeah, a lot of people like to claim that Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood is the perfect anime because not only was
Hmm.
it good and well written, but it had a fantastic ending that a lot of people feel may be the best ending in all of anime. So I just figured I'd see if you agreed.
I'll say definitely top three. I'll say top three. I don't
But
know if I can say number one,
you're
but
not sure
top
you're
three.
taking it over Sailor Moon's ending.
No,
No,
black people.
I haven't. Well, I don't think JJK is gonna have a good ending. But like, I didn't finish JJK. I didn't finish My Hero. Like, there's other ones I haven't finished. So like, I'm gonna say top three. I can agree with that, but I don't want to say it's number one. But I'll give you a top three.
Okay, nothing wrong with top three.
I mean, I guess. I guess.
All
Top
right.
three.
Well, sir, I guess we'll slide you in here real quick. Do you agree that Full Metal Alchemist has the best ending in anime?
Of all time.
Yes. You know, most animes have a reputation of not having very good endings.
Uh-huh. The very open-ended endings. No shade though.
I know because then a lot of people said Attack on Titan has a great ending.
A lot of
Oh,
people
I hate
disagree
that
with that,
ending.
though. A
I
lot
Open
of
hate
people.
ending.
that ending.
Open
Mm-mm.
ending.
I don't like that ending.
Very open.
Best ending of all times. Full Metal Alchemist.
Friday, Saturday,
I'll
Sunday.
say I'm thinking of all the other shows I've really been like watching and to the end. And I was thinking of Yu Yu Hakusho, but then when I was thinking about Yu Yu Hakusho in the end, a lot of people didn't like that ending because they
I wasn't
It
the
wasn't
biggest
the
fan
true
of the
ending.
ending.
It
like
wasn't a true ending.
yeah, a lot of people
It
didn't
was.
like the
I
ending
like
over
the
there.
ending.
Like
I
I
like the
get it, it
ending.
was cool, but a lot of people didn't
It
like
wasn't one of those where I was like, oh my God, this ended so fantastic.
it. So I'm saying
Mm.
it's like I'm literally thinking of so many animes in my head about like true endings, and I'll you
Like,
know what
all I
I'll
saw was
probably
a
say
man. I'm
I'll
sorry,
say
go ahead.
I'll say for me in my head, I'm thinking of all animes. I can't really think of another best ending right now. I'll say good. I'll say agree. I agree with it.
Okay. And I
I agree
think
with it.
Jasirii might agree too, because he was literally just fighting Sasha a second ago.
Like I agree. I agree. This is probably the best ending of like I'm thinking of like all the other animes stuff, and I have it all like said. I mean, Trigun had a good ending too.
I mean, Trigun did, but better than Full Metal.
It had a good ending. I can't hold you.
It was a great. I'll put that in top three.
And then
I'll put it in top three,
you know what I'm saying? Like we gotta.
but I can't
Yeah,
put it
I'll say
over
a
Full Metal.
best. Okay, I'll say yes right now. Until for my statement for this record, I would say yes until something else I can think of later on. I'm gonna be thinking about this all night.
Can we have this be a question that we revisit next time I'm on the podcast? Because now I want to go
Absolutely.
back
How
and
about
look
this?
Absolutely,
too.
because I'm over here
Yeah,
literally thinking
let's have this.
because now I'm over here like because Kaiju number 8 is cooking and there are a lot of people are like at the end,
But we don't
and
know
we're
the
getting
ending.
into we're getting
We
to the
don't
end
know
of
the
that,
ending.
and but a lot of people are saying it's really good, and I ain't gonna lie, I'm on the manga to that right now. I ain't gonna hold you. That manga is I can hold you. It's doing really well. I think I'll probably jump on the bandwagon of College number 8. It's actually a great, well written story. I can actually probably say that. I ain't gonna
And
hold
if,
you.
and
That's
if
not
they
a child.
stick the
That's not a
landing in
child.
the end,
If
then
they
we'll
stick,
be able to revisit it.
if they stick the landing, if we stick the landing just right with Kaiju number 8, I promise you, I could put it up there because hey, I read the manga. They cooking. They cooking.
Mhm.
But
They
it's just
cook.
as much as like I said, I don't hate Yu Yu Hakusho's ending. It's just
Yeah.
I think we've talked about that about him leaving, and then you having Kiko all sad because he ain't came back to visit him and all this time. And it's am I ever gonna see this man again? And this man just shows up by the beach, and it's like, hey, I'm back, and then everything's good, and it's like, yeah,
A lot of people want him to be the Demon King, like to be the Demon King in that realm.
man,
A
the
lot of
man should
people
have just
like
ran
that.
away with Botan and called it a day. But it's like you know, he wanted to. Some people just wanted him to never leave the demon realm because he found a home, a place where he belonged.
Yeah, that's what I said. It was that. I get what was going on. Yeah, he's about to go after tonight. Don't reach a girl around.
Oh, he is doing a
play
fit
it for
check.
real. That's my favorite
Ask
for
my
real.
nigga
Oh,
for real. Hey.
He's doing a fit check. We got a lot. Hold on.
This is how it's going down.
Hold on. I gotta make this big.
Don't leave your girl around me. True player for real. That's my for real. Hey.
He's about to be outside. I see that.
He got the you don't have to call look right there.
Well,
It's okay, girl.
Oh no, not the Spider-Man.
I'ma be alright tonight. Hey.
Hey.
Gonna boogie. Yeah, I quit. Nah, I stop.
Yeah, we don't because even if you sing a song too long, the copywriters can come after us. So. He said
got
he's
the
about
law
to be
hat. You feel
outside.
me?
Make sure you represent the podcast out there, and if you see a really, really, really big name, I need you to put your recruiting hat on.
Oh, hold on.
We need you to put your recruiting hat on.
It's a shirt.
And we need some guests.
I'm waiting on the shirt.
Listen, you'll be surprised the people I've met. I ain't gonna front.
Yes.
Absolutely.
You know what we doing Sunday?
Absolutely. And you know what I wanted to do at MomoCon, but I didn't get a chance to do it. You know, Abby Trot is there at San Diego Comic Con. If you happen to run into her somewhere, I need you to have a conversation with her.
Oh, say that. Say less. Say less. Let me bring my portable charger.
We do everything we can to try to get some good guests on here. But that's why I say about Yu Yu Hakusho's ending. Like I said, then you have your opinions. Like, you know, I can't even throw Demon Slayer in the conversation because these are anime endings and the ending hasn't been animated yet.
Right, and then I already heard, and then we already heard so many people don't even in manga status. They don't even like the ending. So
yeah, and then of course, Slice of Life. They technically mostly always have good endings, depending on what they are. You know, they usually always get tied up in a bow. So it seems like if you want to, I have finished Sailor Moon, so you know I think Sailor Moon has a pretty good ending too. I'm gonna always be biased to Naruto. I mean, him and Hinata got married, so you know I'm always gonna be.
That's a fact. Yeah, no one said Naruto.
That's because people are like, it ain't ending because of Boruto.
Well, I mean, but that's a different Naruto Shippuden ended with Naruto and Hinata's wedding. Now, it gets points off because we didn't actually see the wedding. It cut off as they were going down the aisle. You know, right before we saw that Sasuke wasn't going to be there and sent that bird to Sakura, kind of just be like, yeah, too many people still hate me. I can't be at that wedding, but I guess I'm kind of sort of thinking about you, though. All right, bye.
What does the letter say, Sakura? He loves me.
She wish.
You look at that letter like the little rascal. Dear Darla, I hate your stinking gut. You made me vomit. You're scum between my toes.
I watch that movie at least once a year. I love the Little Rascals.
I can see Sasuke's whole face reaction when it comes to that.
Hey, that's okay. I remember what it says. Dang, Darla, I hate your stinking gut.
Yep. I hate. Yeah. That's kind of what it is.
But yes, so like I said, obviously I'm biased because like the episodes that led up to the ending of Naruto, like all of those like episodes of everybody like trying to prepare for Naruto and Hinata's wedding are some of the funniest episodes that I've seen in anime. And like I said, and then literally my dream couple ended up getting together. But like I said, they get points off and the king is gone. They does get points off because I would have loved to have actually seen the wedding. Yeah. Like that's really my only thing. So for now, I think I probably would have to agree with everybody else on Fullmetal. It's a ending that got everything tied up. Get, you know, Al and Ed, you know, Winry, you know, family, children.
What he say after Winry? Equivalent exchange. If you give me half of your life, I'll give you half of mine. I was like, that is so adorable. I ain't gonna lie. That was
Yes. It
That
was
was fire. That was good. That's the only way how he could confess his love. But I said, you know what? I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that.
You can be. You really
oh,
can
but
be.
Ghost says the podcast is real has merch. Yes and no. We have merch, but like we have nothing on sale yet. You know, one day down the line, when that happens, we would definitely let you guys know about it. It's in different colors. I got a gray and a blue. We're gonna have, get some more colors as time goes on, and once there's an actual demand for it, we will start putting that stuff on sale. But yeah, look at Jasirii. He's outside. He's for real. He's really
Yeah.
outside.
Mhm.
Yeah, man. Listen, I'll be live streaming tomorrow for the first time. IRL chat.
Hey,
Walking
look at
around with a
that. I
stick in
mean,
my
no,
hand forward.
technically you're IRL
Mhm.
right now, so let's keep that in mind as well.
You feel me? We love
Uh,
Twitch.
but you know what, Sasha? While he's out there strolling the streets of San Diego with us, let's talk a little Yu Yu Hakusho.
Let's talk about it. Where are we going with it?
Real quick, I just want her to tell me about her love of Yu Yu Hakusho before we get her back on this hot seat.
Oh, I love it. The Dark Tournament is my favorite arc. Top 5 favorite arcs. It was amazing. Love the fights. I love Photon. Love Yusuke. Kurama is my favorite. Both red and white hair. I don't care.
Which one's more dangerous?
White. White hair. White hair.
Okay, continue.
hmm yeah, it's a fun anime. The song, oh my god, I love the song so much.
Well, we'll get
I
to
loved
that a
it.
little later as well.
The song?
Maybe that's what we call a
Okay.
tease. So what we're actually gonna do now is
hmm
we're gonna keep the game going because now we are going to do agree or disagree Yu Yu Hakusho edition. So Sasha, you are
Oh,
our
shoot.
guest. So
hmm
you are always going to go first because that's what we do when we put you guys on the hot seat. So Sasha, agree or disagree? I'm gonna softball you one on this one before we get into some. Togoro's decision to become a demon in the first place.
Mm,
Oh,
I had to give a reason too. I can't just say yes or no.
man.
Nah, you in the
I
seat.
mean,
You
we remember
cooking.
Togoro's backstory, the tournament he did with Genkai.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on. Come on now. Come on. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
Man,
It's simple.
the city
That's the
looks
easy
pretty, by
Baby,
the
answer.
baby,
way.
come on.
Like, that city looks
No,
beautiful.
I can say yes, I can say no, but y'all want me to like sit here and give a reason. I'm not
Yeah.
good with giving reason.
Come on. Come
It's a
on. You
podcast.
We
We
need a
don't just do
reason.
yes.
I
If we did
and
yes
we
or
I
need
no
a reason.
answers,
know.
this
But
podcast would be
look,
15 minutes long.
I understand that, but look, so and I'm gonna explain this real quick. Like when people ask me, right, like my favorite anime, it's so hard for me to give reasons because there's animes that I watch and I love and I rewatch, and then there's animes that I love and I watch like daily that I can give you answers like this. You know what I mean?
Okay, fair enough. Real quick,
Y-
Ghost said
Yeah.
disagree, but I understand it. I know my nephew loves to go into detail when he gives his answer,
hmm
so I'm gonna go ahead. Maybe he can refresh
Yeah.
your memory on some
Yes.
things.
I'm a.
So, sir,
mhm.
you're up.
Tagore the decision to become a demon. His main purpose was basically to be the strongest in the world, and and then when he got all the power, he needs to find somebody else who is stronger next, than better, higher than Genkai to be able to do it. And basically, yeah, Tagoro's decision to become a demon was really weird. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, it was a weird, highly weird, freaky statement. It's not one of those things that you could be like, "Oh, I understand why." No, the main reason for this man to become is like, yeah, you love the woman that you legit wanted to become the strongest with, but you want to become the demon to absolutely become more stronger. And then when you got more strength, you need to find somebody else who is stronger than the woman who you basically got rid of to get the student to beat you in. Yeah, like no, it was a dumb, weird decision, but I get the villain arc story because you need a villain who don't give a fuck. So Tagoro was one of them. So I don't agree of why, because it's not one of those things that you look at Shigaraki and Dabi like, I get it. Nah, Tagura's just one of those people that was just like, bro, I just want to be the strongest. You should be a demon with me so we can continue to be stronger. Oh, you don't want to do that? Well, bitch, I'm gonna come after you when I get stronger. So it's like, yeah. So no.
Ghost literally says in the chat, Tagoro saw his peeps get packed up, but I think it's a mistake to devalue life to the point where he needs to embody that demon. Yes, we know his boys got done in. They won the tournament. But it's like, and you got to get your request in. So now your request is, I want to become a demon and become the strong.
Yeah. Like, is it you want to become the stronger demon? And then after that, you want to get somebody else? It's like you trying to find somebody else who's strongest. That's why you keep freaking what's the word to keep constantly watching children? Because Yusuke was still a teen.
You could have wished for anything else, and you and Genkai could have just walked off into the sunset somewhere.
I mean, Genkai was kind of still in love with him. Tagoro was like, I do still love you. I just wanted to beat you up first.
But that's what I'm saying. It's like you could have not become a demon. Like your boys are gone, but your girl is still here. Wish for something else and go walk off into the sunset with your girl.
I mean, no. He could. She was like, we could have walked off in the sunset, but you got to be a demon with me. That's what got me. That's what got me, because Genkai wanted to retire after that to walk on the sunset. He was like, nah, let's become demons and be more stronger. Huh?
Like, I don't want to be a demon, though.
Yeah, like Genkai was like, bro, you lost your whole piece of sanity. He's afraid to die. Like, Tagoro was just like, I was like, just want to test his body to his limits. Like, how crazy then his body goes. Like, I'm immortal in here. Like, what's up? Somebody get rid of me. Who gonna do it?
And then we got to the point where it took him over.
And then when we got to the end of it, my man was like, I don't even want to go to heaven. I'm gonna go to hell for all the sins I've done.
It's like, yeah. I choose to go down here.
Like, my man was like,
this is what I deserve.
He was like, bro, I gave you, you can go up to heaven right now. You don't have to go to hell. Like, we see everything. We bypass, which is crazy. I don't know why would they bypass that, but we bypass one of the main things. We understand why. We understand why. Why would you go down there and do it? Because I want to atone for everything that I've done. Okay. Good. I mean, am I mad at him? No. I mean, to be fair, he was like, I done wrong. I want to go to hell. The damn baby wanted him.
That's what your boy did in Demon Slayer. When he was like, hey, look, you go up there. You don't need to come to hell with me.
Oh, no, yeah, she was different though.
And Daki was like, no, if you're going to hell, I'm going to hell.
I looked at her too. I ain't gonna hold you. I looked at them and I was like, man, I ain't gonna lie. You love your brother that much that you went to hell with him?
Yes, she did not want to be away from him that much. It's kind of sweet, but also crazy.
Man. Huh? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they got that. My sister would have told me to go to heaven. I'm not thinking twice.
So King of New York, as we know, Tagoro Genkai, tournament was over. It was done. He decided he wanted to become a demon. Was that the right decision? Do you agree with that?
Oh, shoot, King of New York. We can't hear you. You're muted.
Yeah, we can't hear you, King.
Oh, damn. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, copy. See, he had a choice, but he didn't really have a choice because he was like, yo, I'm going to get stronger by any means necessary. He was on his Malcolm X. I ain't going to front. I can't hold you. You know what? I can't front. He did his thing because he regulated a lot of shit when he became a demon. He went to the underground. He ran it. He ran it. He ran the underground. Like, no, there was nobody stronger than Tagoro and his brother. Nobody.
Yeah, that's definitely what you wish for. So here's the thing you're gonna learn about the King of New York. If there's a side and then the other side is chaos, he's gonna pick chaos.
Oh yeah, he loves chaos. That's for sure.
What? Why would you say that?
I know you're chaos.
I don't choose chaos every time.
Oh boy, name a piece.
Just most of the time.
All right, Sasha, we're gonna go ahead and go to the next one. Sasha, agree or disagree? Genkai should have stayed dead.
Disagree.
That's the easy one for me.
Disagree. Because then who's gonna help Yusuke? Yeah, disagree.
I mean,
I mean,
technically, she
yeah.
reincarnated.
Nah,
Say
reincarnated,
say that again.
whatever.
I said technically she reincarnated, but I mean,
I mean, when you have a very, very heavy story of dealing with the loss of someone that big, that just that's I don't care who you are, that affected everybody.
Yep.
The death of Genkai.
My man,
that's a fact.
look here. If you affected Korobara,
Yeah.
how Korobara for everybody was treating him like a child when Genkai was.
But so you, and that's my thing. You go through all that trauma, everything they had to go through, and then in the end, she just comes back. Everything's fine. It's just. I felt like that
Right.
was back in the day where they just shows didn't want to. They just didn't really want to stick to it. You know, it's like they didn't want to fully hurt anybody. It's like we'll do this, but no, it's all right, everybody. They just love their happy endings. That's why I love today's animes, because if Yu Yu Hakusho came out today, Genkai's not coming back.
Mm-hmm. I know. Facts. That's facts. That is facts. Today anime? Yeah.
Oh shoot!
Like in that dumbass live action. She did not come back.
Terrible live action.
It was horrible.
Terrible. Straightforward.
But give your official answer, sir. I think you know mine.
Oh, I agree. She should have stayed dead. And it's not even because of the emotional thing and the pack fit and stuff like that. I just think that even after that, you brought her down as Pooh to take the soul just to talk to Yusuke stuff. Because that's why I find it interesting when she was like, "Oh, you told me about it in training and stuff like that." I was like, "But you forgot when she took Full body, he came down there and told Tagoro what to do to get the power that you want." So after said that, the man went the whole different type of spirit energy and just went to town on Tagoro and stuff like that. And I feel like after that moment, you had such a magic and, like you said, an impactful moment that should have stayed there. And it definitely done a lot for everybody and made every single character work even more hard. If you made Hiei work harder after again, he heard the death of Genkai, that says a lot too. So that's why I was like, and she came back after that. I'm like, I can see why, but like, why? Like I can see why, but why? And especially Shonen is knowing for getting rid of characters and making sure they're gone. Shonen deaths and shows are known.
Well, they are now. They're known for that now.
So I just feel like it should have been gone.
Remember back then, this is the era where even Dragon Ball would off people, but you had those Dragon Balls. So guess what? Everybody's coming back.
I mean, yeah, you had that, but then, like I said, but then you had like Naruto and then Bleach and stuff like that.
So. Yeah, but they came later. Yu Yu Hakusho and Dragon Ball are like 80s, early 90s. You know what I'm saying? Even Sailor Moon, they took out everybody.
Wasn't Naruto not in the 90s?
Yes, I said Naruto, Bleach, One Piece. They were late 90s.
Yeah.
I'm talking about like the early 80s.
80s. That's what I was trying to make sure. That's what I was trying to make sure.
Yeah, Sailor Moon, Yu Yu Hakusho, and all of them.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to make sure the stamps that we were going here.
Like I said, and we know Sasha is a huge Sailor Moon fan, so she knows where I go to when it comes to that. When they had the death of the Sailor Scouts, and you saw each one just fall by one, and all of them were gone, and then they were just all back.
That's why I like when you bring people back. I don't handle death well. Okay, I don't like it. No, if they can bring her back, I'm fine with it. I don't like people being dead. I don't.
So you must hate today's anime then, because you cannot get attached to your favorites anymore.
Yes, I can't. It's horrible.
Oh man, so yeah, I'm gonna have to be in a room with you on one. If I know somebody popular is gonna go, I need to be there. I need to see that reaction live.
That's why I'm so scared to finish reading JJK. I'm not ready.
Oh, girl, you ain't missing nothing.
But yeah, so she put that on record. That's why she said Genkai should have came back, because she can't handle death very well in these shows. Okay, fair enough. So
bring everyone back.
I will give you another. My goodness, She just can't stay still, can she?
Nah. Nah, you tell her to jump, you should be like, how
I mean,
high?
Just tell her to stay still.
Nah,
My
yeah, I'm sorry.
goodness.
Yeah, I'm about
just
to
a
go
possible.
because there's different music playing in the background. I don't want no copyright.
Nah,
Yeah.
you're good. You joined us a lot longer than I thought. So the King of New York in San Diego, everybody.
We
Jasirii!
outside, you
My
word.
friend
We
have
outside.
eyes.
We
We
outside.
outside.
Oh shit!
Unfortunate.
Unfortunate. Ladies and gentlemen, Jasirii, even when he's on vacation, he makes sure to drop by the podcast.
Absolutely.
We only got a couple left, so because we're actually about to wrap up, we got only a couple topics left. Let's stay on the topic of Genkai. And when she came into the tournament with everybody, there was something that she did that was always kind of questionable to some people. So, Sasha, agree or disagree with Genkai's decision to hide her identity from the rest of the team?
Do I agree with it?
Yes.
Okay. I say yes. So they didn't realize it was her. Kind of just like in Hunter x Hunter, how Biscuit held her identity. I agree with it.
But was there any strategic reason that she needed to do it?
Mm, I would think to have them fight better, not knowing that she was there. Like maybe if they knew she was here, they would kind of not say like she was a safe blanket or whatever, but like I think they went harder knowing that she wasn't there.
I mean, it's like I can probably kind of get maybe like the Seguro effect of it all. But I was always like, you couldn't have at least let your people know, like at least on your team, even if you're hiding your identity from the rest of the world, it's like let them know. It's like, hey, this is me. Especially when they all were kind of thinking it was in the first place. They're like, hey, I think that might be Genkai. You think that's Genkai up under that mask? Like, and even Yusuke was like, I mean, I thought it was at first, but I mean, I don't know. It's just like they already had that feeling.
Koroma and Hiei were the first two people who been knew. They first look at that mask. I was like, yeah.
Yeah, and Korobara was really like, is that Genkai?
Yeah.
And Yusuke was like, I mean, at first I thought it was, but now I don't think it is. Like, they almost kind of felt like it was anyway, so it almost kind of sent, like, some
But you
reason
think it would have
behind why
changed
she
anything?
even wanted to do. I don't know if it would have. That's why we asked agree or disagree. If you think you agree with the fact that she felt like she needed to hide her identity from it.
Well, I don't think it would have. Well, no, I'll stick with my agree. I'll stick with my agree.
I think I'll say agree. I say agree. She should kept hiding it because now, like I said, now you could have told them and stuff like that in the tournament, but there was still things they don't know about, much more information about the dark tournament and stuff. And I think Genkai was just trying to hide enough information for the world to have not them to have too much information in their business and stuff. And especially when they realized that Genkai returned to the tournament, so it turns into something else that like everybody wants to have a piece of that pie, and it gets worse and worse and worse as we continue going down the road. So I literally would agree to the fact that Genkai was hiding and stuff like that. And I like the comedy bit of it too, especially when it came with Korobara. I love the comedy bit. We got to forget about we got to remember the Yu Yu Hakusho is not just strictly actually there's comedy bits in there too. I love the comedy parts where they put in there when it came with Genkai and stuff was going on. And not only that though, there was like when Genkai there was asking, hey, where's the masked man and stuff like that and stuff like, well, Genkai and stuff was around and stuff. Yeah, he's not gonna be around. You're gonna have to hold your own weight. So it was like it was so much stuff of Genkai hiding and stuff. And then when we learned the true definition of the power, because when she took the mask off, people thought it was Genkai and then she was young. And then when we learned the true meaning of the power and stuff, that's like, oh shit, now that's kind of good. So I think I say yeah. I agree that the hiding was it made
like
things
Ghost
more
said in the chat. He was like, Tagoro figured that out ASAP anyway. So it's like basically everybody already knew.
Like we like the. I mean, if you're the smart people, yes, but the demons didn't know who it was. Like, you feel me? None of the fighters knew it. If you're like the S class and you know Genkai, of course they gonna know, right?
And they all eventually found out because she wasn't able to hold the younger side forever, and she ended up just fighting this Genkai.
Right, and then after that, and after they released the form, they was like, wait a minute, it's Goof boy.
Yeah.
We're
Busted.
busted. That's how they looked at Genkai.
I mean, obviously, to the audience, they didn't even try to hide it to us because it's like you're wearing the same clothes. That's clearly Genkai.
Yeah,
Like the second a mysterious short being with a mask on. What's Genkai doing here?
And doing the same moves too, like, bro. Like, bro. But like I said, comedy bit. I gotta enjoy my comedy in Yu Yu Hakusho. I loved it. I agree with it.
Okay, no, that's definitely fair enough. Now, just like we did with Fullmetal Alchemist earlier, with the ending of the anime, we're gonna do something same thing with Yu Yu Hakusho, but we're gonna go to the beginning, which is why I told you we would come back about the intro that everybody loves so much about Yu Yu Hakusho. So, Sasha, agree or disagree that Smile Bomb is the best anime intro?
I love the intro, but then I love Sailor Moon's intro. There's like 3 Naruto intros that I love. I don't know if it's the first season of My Hero or the second. They have a really, really good opening. It's hard to say if it's the best, like the best of the best.
Yeah, a lot of people, especially in our community, consistently put Smile Bomb at number 1.
I'm gonna have to say number 2 just because Sailor Moon's one I sing the English and the Japanese version. I don't sing it correctly, but I try to sing it. But I would say I do Small Bomb at number 2 because nothing's touching Sailor Moon. Like nothing's touching it.
All right, so she disagrees. The Smile Bomb is not the best anime intro theme. Sir, what do you say? And if you don't agree, what is?
Me, at this moment of time, we have so many great new themes of anime themes. We got the JJK, that's absolutely banger. We absolutely got Dantana talking to Creepy Nuts, which honestly I can make a great argument
And
that
they have like
it's gonna
3.
be it's
It
gonna
won the award.
I said it's gonna Dantana Creepy Nuts talking to that's gonna be a generational that's gonna be a generational anime theme song for sure. So that's why I look at Smile Bomb and the Dantanan songs right now because it's still playing and people are still going nuts over it. It's like I said, it's a generational gap thing, and it's gonna stay. But I'm just gonna go with the audience and my fans here because we just had the show about this, and I don't want to go against the audience, and I don't have time because we had a whole segment of what is the best opening anime, and y'all went hard to put Smile Bomb as the best. I'm disagreeing with the audience. If y'all say it's the best, y'all make sure it was known fact. So y'all say
Okay,
Smile
if we're
Bomb is the
not
best.
if we're not talking about the audience, right? Would you say Smile Bomb is the best 90s or best older opening?
90s?
Not 90s.
Ooh, I ain't gonna lie. It's for me, it would be Yu Yu Hakusho and Dragon Ball. For me.
Pick one. Pick one.
Between them two? Dragon Ball. Can I get the Dragon Ball? Like it's so ringy too, and the Smile Bomb just had that disco vibe. It's just so good. It actually makes you smile. It does. It actually makes a Smile Bomb. It does make the true meaning. This is a hard one, but I probably would still say Smile Bomb. I probably still say Smile Bomb. I probably still say Smile Bomb at the moment. And that's not really, like I said, we had this conversation at this chart when we had Dragon Ball going up and up and up, and it almost made it up there. It almost did, but like I said, people were still looking at it was like Smile Bomb. So like I said,
actually in our community.
So that's why I said I learned ever since the Eren Yeager's thing, don't get nobody. So I'm not going against no audience here. So we're going. If you don't sit
down.
Okay, because you're constantly moving.
I would say 90s. Not the limping. Oh my God.
No, go ahead. What about the 90s, Sasha?
I would say for me, '90s opening Sailor Moon, just because it's my favorite. I might be biased. I love it. I can dance to it too. But the newer one, I would definitely say one of the Creepy Nuts because they have so many good
Oh my god,
songs,
so
and
good. So
yeah,
good.
it's really good.
They got Maj. We
Here's
got
the
a
thing. Like he said, he doesn't want to go against the audience. In other words, the community, and dare say that Smile Bomb is not number one. We all know. Do you really think I really want to go against the community in my favorite anime and tell anybody that Bluebird is not number one?
Well, I want to know y'all's true number one. I don't want to know what the community wants. I want y'all number one.
Because
but that's the
the
thing. We went
Bluebird
to
fans are out
war.
there too.
But the thing is, we went to war about this. We had a whole segment to make sure what was number. We've
had
war.
anime opening theme tournaments on this podcast before, where we did a tournament to pick the best anime theme.
And I was ride or die.
But it doesn't. It's always hard to say what's number two because it's all about what was on each side of the bracket. Bluebird was on the same side as Smile Bomb, and when they met, Smile Bomb ended up winning out thanks to the audience. But it was very, very close, and some people still feel like, but that wasn't also just the opening tournament. That was also just themes in general when we did the big one. That was opening themes, ending themes, themes inside the show. And when we get to ending themes, that's a completely different conversation. But we're just talking about Smile Bomb because this is a Yu Yu Hakusho conversation.
Right there.
And even when you say the 90s, I mean, it's just the 90s.
There's so many.
The 90s had the Pokemon theme. I mean, it's like.
Was that high?
See, and that's what, and to me, I would have been like, you could technically say Pokemon would be because it's so big in America that everybody knows if you play Pokemon. My mama knows Pokemon, all right? Like, if my mom knows Pokemon,
I want to be the
very
best.
Very best.
Yes.
The best there ever
if my mother knows Pokemon and she can walk around, she probably don't know like most of it, but she knows what a Pikachu is. So that's why I was like,
and you've known me, obviously you've known me your entire life, but I've always consistently said that I felt like the Pokemon theme was the best theme in anime.
Everybody knows.
Has my mind changed about that? Probably. I would have to put up another list to see where I stand now, but growing up, I was always the Pokemon theme. As much as I love Smile Bomb, I was always the Pokemon theme. And yes, I also love Sailor Moon's theme as well, but I was always the Pokemon theme. And I love Sailor Moon, the anime, more than Pokemon, so it's not a biased thing. But, just that, something about hearing that Pokemon theme every Saturday morning for me was just, it was just, it's crazy. But then you get into the diehard Pokemon fans that'll be like, well, that's not even the best Pokemon theme. And it's like,
we all live in a Pokemon world.
They'll say Pokemon Johto is better than the Indigo theme. It's like, man, I don't hate the Pokemon Johto theme. I don't think it's better. I know some diehard Pokemon fans think it. I just don't. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Jordan. I'm sorry, other. Yes, I'm starting to name drop now. You know what? Maybe I should lay off because we may or may not be having a big Pokemon fan on here next week, and I don't want to get in trouble before our next guest shows up.
Oh, Lord.
So, there's a lot of Pokemon fans out there. So it is funny. And sir, I'm gonna have you go ahead and lay out on this last one because I know you don't know enough about this anime to give this answer. But this
it's probably about some love. It sounds like some love is war, love is bomb.
Okay, is this one I can finally? And y'all, I just want to apologize because I should have told you anime that I could clap back on.
No, you're fine because as we've been able,
I love this one.
As we've been able to explain more, you've been able to come back. So no, you have been amazing, and don't ever say that you haven't been amazing. But on our final topic, let's talk about Sailor Moon for a second.
Okay.
Because, as you talked about, the theme that you love so much. She is the one named Sailor. What are they? Sailor Venus, Sailor Mercury, Sailor Mars, Sailor Jupiter.
She's my favorite. I have her tattooed on my leg. I can't show you, but she's on my leg.
Then we know what a process of elimination is. But as the 4 Sailor Scouts that I just named you, one has to go. We have not done that yet tonight. So guess what? Here we are. Venus, Mercury, Mars, Jupiter. One has to go. Sasha, the floor is yours.
Why wouldn't you ask me like between Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura? I could give you my answer like this.
Because what's the fun in that? This is the hot seat. This is the podcast is real.
The podcast is real.
Well, okay, Jupiter is number one. She's not going nowhere. She's staying here. Mars, no. Jupiter staying. Mars is staying. It's between Venus and Mercury. Oh, is one of these your favorite?
By the way, Strawberry says Mars and Ghost says Venus in the chat.
No, Mars. She's. Can I cuss on here?
Yes.
Mars is a badass. She ain't going nowhere. Even though her and Sailor Moon were fighting over Sailor Moon's man, it's fine. It's fine. But she's a badass. She's not going nowhere. Like I said, Jupiter. She's my favorite. Yeah, it's between Venus and Mercury. And I love Mercury. She's so smart. I'm gonna have to go Venus. I'm gonna have to go Venus. She is my least favorite too. She can't stand in for Usagi anyways.
Sailor V?
Sailor V. And I don't like how
Sailor V?
Yeah.
Oh God.
I don't like how when she came in, she made it seem like she was, Sailor Moon or whatever, like she was a top god. No, you wasn't. You know that. She knew she wasn't. But she came in acting like she was big dog. Sis, sit down. Mm-mm.
Ghost says Mars and Mercury are OGs, and Venus is canonically a stand-in for Usagi anyway. She was the famous. She had her own series and stuff in the show, the legendary Sailor V.
She trying too hard. She's trying too much. Sit down. It's fine. Mm-mm.
Even Usagi loved her.
Yeah, but look, Jupiter gonna cook for y'all, right? Mars, she's a badass. She gonna fight for y'all. Mercury is the brains. What is Sailor V bringing to the table that the other ones don't already bring?
What have you done for me lately? What have you done for me lately?
What did she bring to the table?
That the other three already don't bring.
A cat?
We have Luna.
Are we doing some Artemis hate now?
No. I love Artemis. But I'm just saying, we could have been good with them three and Usagi. So if one has to go, it's gonna be her. I'm sorry. She gotta go. I hope. Is that your favorite?
Strawberry said she got that Leo energy. That's why.
Big Leo.
I thought she said Lilo. I was like, Lilo? What?
Leo.
It's supposed to be
Ghost said, see, she's supposed to be the most experienced, but she's getting packed up like everyone else.
I mean, they were doing fine before she came. They were fighting.
Okay, look. Here's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Mars does not like Usagi. She loves Usagi, but she doesn't like Usagi. When people try to ask what's the definition of saying you love somebody but don't like them, that would be Usagi. Yeah. They bump heads, but when it came down to it, he was flat out ready to protect her. And even let her know right before she got packed up. I'm just going to let you know right now, before we go out here, I really enjoyed arguing with you because I'm going to need you to stand back and keep going. I know I'm about to die. Let's just call that what it is. Mm-hmm. When they did the whole pretend like they were breaking up thing to try to get the information, and it was one of the few times that Usagi was actually being brave, because let's face it, she is our scaredy crybaby hero most of the time. But in this case, she's getting hurt and she's still like, do not come out. We got to make this work. And I love, and this is why I got to get to Jupiter, because Jupiter's the protector. Like, nobody cares about Usagi more than Jupiter. Like, period. She was about to run. She was ready to whoop Mars' ass. It was like, So you really don't like her that much that you you know what? Like, man, bump all this high, and I'm about to go out there. I don't know what you finna do, but I'm going out there, and if you get in my way, like, nobody messes with her on my watch. Jupiter is probably the one you don't want to mess with most, even though Mars has the most sass. I get that. I already talked about Sailor V for a second, so I'm going to skip her for a moment. Mercury, when I was a child, Sailor Mercury was probably my first anime crush. Because she has the brains and the ideas, especially when she would put those shades on and get the gadgets going, and she would just figure that stuff out. I knew by the title that I knew they were all going to die, but her dying still affected me the most.
Yeah.
It really did. You know, even though she was getting them for a second, nobody like Mars was. Back to Mars, she took 2 of them with her. The rest of them took 1. Sailor V. Sailor V. We do this for podcast purposes. Yeah, of course Sailor V can go. Like what? Cat? All right. Like you said. It's Artemis. I like Artemis. It's cool. I even try to go through my head, and I'm about the entire roster of Sailor Moon, and I'm trying to think of something like really like truly badass that Venus ever did. And not much really comes to mind. I really just told you got the Protector, the best fighter, the one with the most spunk, the brains, and then the other one.
Exactly. The other one. She has a cat. Woohoo!
Woohoo! She has her own TV show and manga and all that, I guess. You know, hooray for her.
Oh, so she got money. So they need her for the money. I guess.
Yippee!
I'd take her over. I think I'd take her over like Neptune, and I'm not even sure I would do that.
No. I like all the outer sailors more than her.
Can't take her over Pluto. Pluto's the holder of time. Can't get rid of her.
Yeah, but I'm saying I love everyone more than her.
Oh, so
like
even if we bring all of them in, like, and I get it, like, can't even bring Chibiusa in because Chibiusa is just the best.
I have her tattooed on me too.
Is it her pointing a gun at Usagi?
No, it's actually funny you talk about Mars and Sailor Moon hating each other. You know the scene where they're both sticking their tongues out? So it's Jupiter sticking her tongue out, and then Usagi sticking her tongue out, and it's supposed to represent me and my sister, the one that I take care of. So, you know, like Chibiusa comes in, and she's kind of like the sister of Usagi, but really she's her daughter, right?
Yeah.
So my sister, like, we're sisters, but I'm taking care of her. She's my daughter, so that's what the 2 tattoos are. So like she's Usagi, and I mean not Usagi, she's Chibiusa, and then I'm Jupiter.
So when you say stick out your tongue, what do you mean by that?
I'm gonna do that to show you.
Now you're gonna try to get her. We're gonna get kicked off of YouTube.
Hold on. No, it's on my ankle. Hold on. It's on my ankle.
I know.
Okay, can y'all see, or is the lighting horrible? So like, see, she's sticking her tongue out, and then Jupiter's on the other side sticking her tongue out.
Yeah, you know how they do it. You know how they do in the anime when they're.
Oh, okay. Because I was like, okay, where are we going? What do we mean by sticking tongue?
I think a better tattoo would still be Chibiusa pulling the piece out, because that's still one of my favorite moments. Like this little girl really showed up with the piece on her. Hey,
that's why I love her.
Get wet that silver crystal.
She's a real one.
Peace was steel. Peace be steel.
In terms of the manga, Sailor V came before Sailor Moon, and then Sailor V updated alongside it. We know. Like, they, even in the anime, they literally gave, like, Sailor V her own backstory arc. Like, I understand her arc and the thing with the being left alone and believed to be dead and all that stuff. I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. I don't care. She has a backstory. She's the one that actually has a backstory, and I'm still letting her go.
You got something that makes me feel a little bit away about you, but not really. Damn. Y'all are damn. I'm just saying how y'all just talking about business. I'm like, damn.
Man, look, I'm sorry, because the more I was gonna always get rid of Venus anyway, but the more I'm even thinking about trying to be the devil's advocate, I can't even think of anything to be a devil's advocate. I'm like, yes, other than she has a backstory, and I guess without her, there'd be no Artemis.
What have you done for me lately, Venus? What have you done for me lately? That's all. That's literally what I'm hearing. What have you done for me?
But it will still be fun to find out what the audience thinks, because that's definitely going to be a clip that I put out there on social media. But that's for then, because for now, we have reached the end of the podcast, Miss Sasha. That is all of our topics. So I have to ask, because we already talked about something earlier that we will circle back on. But for now, how are you feeling? You made it.
I feel good. Like I said, I still feel a little bad. I wasn't chiming in as much as I would like to, but there's always next time.
Oh, you want to burn? Oh, you really
Oh,
want
no. Here's the thing. And she brought her up earlier. She brought up her friend Sahara. For a lot of people who might not know who that is, Z Uzumaki. We've already had her on the podcast once before.
Mm-hmm.
I am going to reach out to her, because now that we've had them on individually, my plan has always been to bring them back next time together.
Okay, well, let's see.
That way she can have her tag team partner, and they can be besties and do all the stuff like you see on their social media whenever they get together. It is always a good time.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
It's always a great time seeing the two beautiful queens get together. And
so basically what I'm hearing next time is we're gonna have more than one person on the pot boiling. I got it.
Absolutely. And I've been meaning to get her back on the pot, because just like you, she actually also kind of feels bad when she was on last time, because she was having like technical problems and stuff like that. And she was kind of like, man, next time it's going to be so much better. It's like, I would have brought her back on sooner, but I wanted to have you on first. So now like later in the year, we will definitely have the both of you on.
Mm-hmm.
But no, like I said, once we actually start, even the details you didn't remember, even when we got started with the details, it started coming back to you. You were able to come back, especially with the King of New York. Like I said, y'all kind of, when I asked about that one little thing, I was just kind of sat back, and I'm just like, all right, man, I need to see what's going on, because I love the love that you have for the anime. And I also just, like I said, your cosplays, we did the showcase earlier. It is so amazing, as it always is. But like I said, we are here at the end. Miss Sasha Hatake, like, is there anything you want to say to everybody before we get out of here?
Please watch My Happy Marriage. It's one of the best romance animes out there, along with The Sign of Affection. I know a lot of people don't watch romance animes. Please give it a try. It's really good. I love action. I love all that stuff. But sometimes you just need to see two people being goofy, falling in love, stuff like that. So I would say watch those two. You won't be disappointed. And yeah, follow me on TikTok, _ Sasha Bays with a Z 808, and Instagram Sasha _ Hatake.
There you guys have it. Speaking of, like, you keep talking about all these love and romance animes, I gotta ask you about my favorite one. So have you ever seen Kaguya-sama Love is War?
Okay, friend. I've seen it. It's not high on my list. Like, I know a lot of people I talk to, it's like in their top 10 romance. And I like it. I've watched all of the seasons of anime. I just don't love it. But I do like it. I like it.
It's my #1 romance anime, and it's in my top 10 animes, period.
What do you... I get the chase between them. Like, no one wants to say, I like you, but... And it is funny. I like stuff like A Sign of Affection. I love that. My Happy Marriage. Given. I just need a little bit more than just the chase, I guess. But I do like it. It's really funny. I love
it's not really about,
characters.
yes, the plot is about the chase, but it's really more about the comedy. Like, that show is more of a comedy than it is a romance. And I mean slapstick comedy. Like, they are just throwing it at you. It's absurd. Absurd in a good way. Like, Drell, I'm still upset they cut the Christmas party short. I mean, yes, I love Kaguya too. And obviously that is also one that I cosplay from. It has been not only one of my favorite cosplays because it's so comfortable, it's also one of my most successful cosplays. So That is something I will always rep, but that's okay. You're still allowed to come back on the
Hmm.
podcast one day, even if you think it's
Do
just okay.
you
It's fine.
do you love it more than My Dress Up Darling?
Yes, and I love my dress up, darling.
Oh, I love My Dress Up Darling. I love it.
I do. My dress up, darling is cute. It
Mm,
really is. But at
hmm
the end of the day, I've always said, if I have my choice, whether it's smile, be scared, laugh, cry, I'm gonna always take laugh.
That makes
And
sense.
I love to laugh, and that's just my thing. I love to put smiles on people's faces, and yeah. So when I can find a romance anime that kind of gives me the slice of life stuff, and it's also hilarious, which means I don't have to worry about people dying. I just have to worry about being entertained,
Hmm.
and
Have you
absolutely,
seen the Ice Guy and his cool colleague?
I have not.
It's funny. It is romance, but it's funny, it's cute, and they're adults, which I like because a lot of romance they're teenagers, but they're adults, they're in an office, and it's cute, but it's funny.
Okay,
I'll
like I
check it
said,
out.
I'm gonna definitely watch this back. Because I'm always looking for new things to watch because I'm starting to run low. But, sir, because I
Mhm.
know we're sitting here talking about anime recommendations, which is usually his job. So, sir, anything you want to say before we get out of here?
I never been more disrespected in my life.
He's the anime recommendation guy. That's his segment,
I never
and we
did.
both
Oh,
kind of
I never.
stepped all over it.
Y'all just stepped all over my main last segment. That's crazy.
I'm
Like
sorry.
y'all tap dance all over my shoulder, bro. I'm just listening to y'all talking about one and then another and then another. I'm just like, well, yeah. How about yeah? You know what? Go for it. Go for it. Take the whole segment. Um, what do I have to say? What I mean, I mean if you heard their segments and you if you like their recommendations, by all means, you can you can go and watch their recommendations of what they're saying of love, Foots War, and Kaguya, and Dress Up Darlings, and all that good hanky panky schmanky stuff. I'm gonna go with a quote and I put my recommendations. The quote that I have because I actually was been thinking about this week, and this one has been sticking into my head, and it's absolutely facts because you have to think about this. I thought about this. It's a really good one. It's that maturing is realizing that someone's challenging you to be better. It is not an attack; it is an act of love. So do not think when a person sees you and be tough on you does not mean they just want to see you lose. That just shows tough love. They just want to see you be better in life. Sometimes you don't hear from this person for a long time, and you just be thinking, why this person just doesn't hear from me? No, this person got so many other things going on in his life. Doesn't mean he still doesn't show love for you. You got to worry about him to get things going on. But when y'all see each other again, I promise you, things gonna be really great and stuff. I promise you. And then when you see each other, stuff, y'all gonna have that great conversation. You're gonna catch up on everything that you guys was meant to talk about for a long time. I promise you. Make sure you get some things done. Do not think that when you're in a low and the person is being a dick or you don't hear nothing from this person, nah, that person got his own life and that person deserves to share happiness in this world. It's up to you to make to a better stage in your life, and do not take any negative because the person just want to see you better. Okay. I want to jump on this one thing because that was the weakest was that was going on. I'm gonna go see Fantastic Four tomorrow because it comes out tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
So y'all go out. I saw everybody going to movie premieres. I saw Anime Sunday was going ahead to do that. Y'all, hey, Baker J, hey, y'all always get the movie premiere. So I don't care. Okay, I'll be that regular pedestrian. All right, go see the
Same here.
and go watch the Fantastic Four. Okay, because I told you I caught up on all my Marvel. I caught up on my Marvel. So I've been on that there. So I can't tell you Fantastic Four recommendation to go watch it because I haven't seen it. But I can say these two because these two has definitely been fired. They've been popping off. And then we already talked about this earlier. Kaiju number 8, ladies and gentlemen. That is one of my recommendations of the week because Kaiju number 8, when I tell you it is so hard for most, because I said this every single time and on this segment. If you have a season 2, one, how long is it going to take for you? And when you come back, can you keep me interested when you come back? Well, Kaiju number 8 is the definition of yes. I am going to keep you interested. And they definitely did that. Kaiju number 8, season 2, episode 1 did not start. We did not sleep. We got right into it. We did not slow down. The pacing is great and is amazing. And it got a character. And if you saw my Instagram story that I was shocked and I'm a big fan of, and they got rid of him in one shot, you'll be just like me too. How the hell is that possible? I don't know. But it's possible in their world. So, all right. And another one, too, if y'all haven't watched this yet, Demon Slayer, the full movie, has been released part one. So, if you're ready,
Where?
well, it's been released in my thing. So, I don't know. Maybe it's a pirate thing for me. I don't know. But,
Yeah, we can't recommend that one
well,
because
we
that's not
can,
out legally.
well,
Mm.
I will definitely say that if you're under the sea person. If you live in a pineapple under the sea, but that's been popping up. That's been going on too, and I think there's like a movie thing that's been going on. I saw that was going on. I don't know. I don't know. I'll give y'all more information about that. I posted on my story, so you guys know more about it. But I definitely saw it, and it was a
Yes.
recommendation. It was number one, and I think it was freshly new, and it was fresh in movie. It was not like underwater or like anything. It was freshly new. So I think it's out.
Well, it
But
came out in Japan.
yeah, so I was
So,
like,
yeah,
it's
out
out, it's
there.
out. So I was like, I got
Yeah.
it, it's out, and it was no piracy either, I guess. But hey, I'll give y'all more information about that on the page. So yes, please go ahead and watch those two. And yeah, that's all I got. What's going on in my end?
I have a quick question.
Yo,
So I noticed you said you watched all the Marvel movies.
absolutely. I caught
What's
up on
your
every last one.
What's your favorite three
Favorite three of what?
Marvel
Marvel.
movies?
Marvel movies.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't mean if we talk about movies, doesn't mean it has to follow to each the timeline of the next event, or we just talk about in general of Marvel
In
movies.
general. In
Okay.
general.
All right. Obviously, I'm gonna have to be that Spider-Man person because I love my Spider-Man. I love the Amazing Spider-Man. Y'all thought I was gonna say Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. No, the Amazing Spider-Man. I love the Amazing Spider-Man. It's so good. The web action, the slinging and stuff, and we actually got the sad part with the end with Gwen. Hurt my heart. Out of all of the Spider-Mans, I was more emotionally depth in an Amazing Spider-Man than any other thing. And then when they prayed up by that, then Spider-Man No Way Far Home, and then we got to the end and we recreate that scene. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Two, I'm going with Avengers. I gotta go with Avengers. You
The
cannot.
first one?
Ultron, actually. I love Ultron. Ultron was so good. I mean, you can say obviously the end game or the Infinity War stuff, because obviously, to be fair, those are like the top list of a lot of
They
people.
made the most money, but this is your
and don't get me wrong.
Mm-hmm.
It's a really good compelling story. It's when you get the things that lead up to that part, and especially we got to the ending. But I'm gonna say for me and myself, I love Ultron because not only we saw Ultron being Iron Man, being Tony Stark's same reaction and stuff like that. We saw Thor, see him shaking. I mean not Thor, Captain America lifting Thor's hammer. And he looking at him like, "Oh, hold on, man, hold on. How you can lift up that hammer real quick?" And he can't lift that hammer. Okay. He ain't worthy. He ain't worthy. So that's why I was like, Ultron is really good. It's so many great things that Ultron has definitely done. And the final, I would definitely say, y'all think I'm finna say Deadpool? No, it's a great comedian, but no. I am going, and a lot of people will probably look at me crazy, but I don't care. I'm going X-Men here. I love my X-Men sagas when it came with the movie and stuff, and I know Fox definitely had his movies and stuff like that. But we're not talking about that. I'm just talking about Logan in general. Was Logan was just what a way to go. What a way to put the prime Wolverine, because Deadpool is just a multiverse Wolverine, but our Wolverine, who Hugh Jackman was supposed to let rest in peace, Wolverine, Logan, no. Oh yeah, we know it's money. It was still great though. It's still a great, phenomenal movie. I don't hate it. I don't hate every bit of it, because they still did a great job. But that Logan though, that Logan, in the ending, I can't. Tears, keep it there. Okay, yeah, them three.
Okay, now we gotta. She just put you on the hot seat real quick. Don't. We're not gonna ignore that. So
I was just curious because I love Marvel, and hearing that he, watched it, and I'm happy that you said the Amazing Spider-Man, because when I rank my favorite Spider-Man, I always put Andrew Garfield as number 2. Everyone I know puts him at 3, and I'm like,
they're sleeping.
no,
They're sleeping.
I love
This is
him.
the reason why people don't put the Amazing Spider-Man 2 up there, is because it is not that much popular as in everything else. But when you really look at it, the Amazing Spider-Man 2 have the best web swings. It had to my opinion, is actually the greatest, one of the best costume that they had that was going on and stuff.
Mhm.
I just feel like when it came with everybody else, Tobey Maguire was just the original Spider-Man, so everybody's going to love the original. And then Tom Holland just so happened to jump into the Infinity War the Civil War, and when that's going on, you already got the hypeness of Iron Man and Captain America, Hulk, and everybody else, these big stars, and then you put Tom Holland into that stuff to make him Spider-Man. It just gives him a lot more props and stuff like that. So I just feel like when Tom Holland come around, everybody starts just loving because he was part of the war of what was going on. So I feel like that's why a lot of people stuff, but we're talking about like combat, fighting, who have more sacrificial, more things to worry about and all that stuff. Absolutely. I love Amazing Spider-Man too. Now, don't grant it. Of course, you could go to Tom Holland, you could say, but at the end, everybody legit have to wipe all existence. So he had to worry about nobody and stuff like that. I hear you and I get that part. But look, though, before that, you feel me? Every single Spider-Man had to learn to face their own villain in their own way because they had to bring all of the villains and the original Green Goblin over as well. So that's why I just look at this as like each Spider-Man had their own struggle and they just never had to put the nail in the coffin to be able to finish it. I just like Andrew Garfield's story because, like I said, it just seemed like Andrew Garfield just had like so much to lose, and he embodied the comedy part of Spider-Man too. Because you look at Tom Holland didn't really have comedy. He was just more like, the dorky kid. Peter Parker was just like, whoa, cool and stuff like. No, Tom Holland, when we got to the gun scene, and bro pulled out the knife, he said, "Oh no, my knife. That's my only weakness." It's just stupid. You really think a knife is gonna hurt me? And then when the cops pull up, he's like, "Don't worry, guys, I got him. Freeze! Put your hand in the air." Really? He embodied that, and they had the best Flash in my opinion. Because you look at all the other Flashes, it was just like, because Tom Holland Flash was a skinny Indian boy. Like, who's gonna be afraid of him as a bully? Uncle, you'll beat the hell out of him. So what? Like, he don't even look like Flash when you look at him. So that's why I said Amazing Spider-Man 2.
My only problem with Amazing Spider-Man 2, and I'm just going to keep this quick because I want to get back to Sasha real quick, is just the villains in general. I just think they weren't written as great as they could, especially Electro with Jamie Foxx. Like, his motives still bother me. But anyway, you're my friend, you're my name. And it's whatever. Sasha, so what are your top three? You can't just throw us on the hot seat and not get on that hot seat yourself.
Oh, I can't even put them in the top three. I love them all.
Then why'd you? No, you can't come put somebody else in the hot seat and try to avoid
he
the question
recently
yourself.
just watched them, right? Like, you watched them recently?
I watched, well, all of them I've been and watching, I know, but I caught up on, like I said, the Thunderbolts. I definitely got back into the Captain America New Brave. I definitely finished the Winter Soldier and then Captain Falcon. I definitely finished that. I'm about to, like I said, the Loki's definitely is about to be on my next bucket list because people told me to watch Loki, so Loki's gonna be on there. I know they got the Black Widow. I know they got other things on there, but I haven't really just watched it too. But but I finished my X-Men 97, and I can actually say this live on fucking camera. Magneto's a bitch. Okay, he's a bitch. Okay, Gambit, a real one. Magneto is a lady stealer. Okay. Okay, and let's not get into the girl because I don't even like the whole after my man Gambit went away, sacrificed for her, and then she want to now start crying over him. Nah, boo boo, no, don't give me your tears now. Nah. After I sacrificed myself, and then you want to pop off and want to talk.
Yeah, we get it. My name is Gambit. Remember it. So
I hate that.
We get that. So fine, Sasha. Since you haven't watched them in a while, and you
decided... I can give you a couple. I'll give you a couple. Okay. I'll say my favorite Spider-Man is Tom Holland. Okay. The last movie is my favorite. I don't know if it's because of all three of them getting together, or Ned is having a bigger part. So then Zendaya. That last one is my favorite. Thor is my favorite Avenger.
Oh, they did.
He's my favorite Avenger.
They did him wrong. They did him
wrong. Yeah, but he's my favorite. Iron Man is my second. I don't like Captain America. I don't like him.
That's shocking.
Same.
That's shocking.
He knows I don't like Captain America.
No, the thing is, I don't necessarily hate Captain America. At first, I was on the wheel. I was like, I hate this man because his power was born. But when I started looking at him and like really just dig deep into his story, I'm like, I don't really hate Captain America as everybody else hate him. Like
Yeah,
I think my
no, a
like
lot
the
of people
only
don't. That's
thing
the thing. A lot of people don't hate him. I just do.
like I just feel like when it just come to Captain, the only thing I just don't like is just when it came with Bucky. That was it. Everything else, it was
Yeah.
just like understand. But when it came with Bucky, I looked at him. I was like, okay, now you knew. Now you knew better. You should have told Mr. Stark about something, but you hold this secret and you knew this for a very
Well,
long time.
Well, my whole thing is in general, because there's a lot of other iterations of Captain America before we got to the MCU. I grew up not liking Captain America. That's from comics, cartoons, all the things. Like how I feel about Cyclops. I have nothing nice to say about Cyclops, although he kind of redeemed himself a little bit in X-Men '97.
Yeah, look,
but,
I was like, I give him that. I give him that, right? Yeah, I give him props.
But other than that, I'm not a Cyclops guy. X-Men '97 kind of had me going.
Yeah,
Cyclops.
That's what happened.
But especially
at
one scene. Man, when he told them what it was,
what? And that's
I stood up and did this. I stood up and did this. I was like, yeah.
And that's how I felt about Captain America until we got to the Civil War part. But then we got later on down the road. That's when I was like, okay, because then when Captain America picked up the hammer with Thor, I ain't gonna lie, that shit was fire. That okay, yeah, I gotta give him that.
I will say, if I'm going before we go, so this will be our last topic for tonight. I would say my favorite Marvel movies, because that's what she said, and she never said, because I like to listen to words too, like you did me earlier with the understandable thing.
Yep.
She never said live action movie, so I'm going into Spider-Verse.
Yeah, go for it. You can absolutely go for it.
Into the Spider-Verse is a Marvel movie.
That's a good one.
Yeah, you know what it is?
Yes, like Across the Spider-Verse.
They're finally now
I
getting
love
into
the
the
first
making.
one.
They're finally making it.
I love the first one. The second one was really good too, but I love the first one over the second one. And again, the second one is really, really good. Like I said, it's for the long time. I've always grew up saying I love the second X-Men movie, X2. X3 was just horrible.
I was about to say, please.
Every time they try to do the Phoenix, they can just never do it right.
Bro,
only the X-Men cartoon only the X-Men cartoon got Phoenix right. Nobody else has been able to get Phoenix right. And they keep trying it, and I think they're about to try it again.
Oh,
I mean, like Disney owns Fox now, so we'll see how that goes.
See how they handle Phoenix.
Let's see how they handle. And I know Hugh Jackman ain't being Wolverine. There's no way he's being Wolverine.
And like I said it earlier, over anything. I love good stories, but what do I always say? I like to laugh at the end of the day. So Guardians of the Galaxy is always going to be there for me.
That's a good one.
The first one?
Yes. I love the second one.
Mm-hmm.
The first one, I think just because it was the origin, seeing the dynamic of them getting to know each other.
Mm-hmm. No, yeah, that was a really good movie.
And just all of that stuff. And I know a lot of people don't agree with me on this one, but but when I want to turn my brain off and just laugh, I don't care who feels what about that movie. Thor Ragnarok is one of my favorite Marvel movies. It just is. Because
is that the one with the Hulk?
I like all the Thor.
Is that the one with the Hulk?
Yes.
Oh no, that's not terrible. No.
I laughed out.
I was like, if you said Love is War, that's when I would have been looking at you like, wait, okay.
No, that was the last one that came.
Yeah, that's why I was like, okay, now, hold on. Yeah, they
Fun fact, I actually haven't even seen that one yet. I might need to watch it tonight.
When you watch it, you're gonna be like, okay, there are so many things in this. It's like so backwards, and in the way of it should even be called.
That's what I'm saying. Ragnarok takes nothing seriously. They end every scene with a joke. People seem to always keep falling up, and I did not care.
That's the thing though. People forget about Marvel does that though. Marvel always does
many times. I love Ragnarok, and you kind of needed Ragnarok because the second Thor movie was so serious and so dark, and kind of depressing, to be honest with you. The Dark World one, it's so depressing. They just did a 180 and was like, how about we just laugh for 2.5 hours?
Yeah, I love Thor. I love Loki. I love him.
Honorable mention, I would definitely say the fourth on my list would have been not the Hulk, the Incredible Hulk. The fourth one. That would be a great honorable mention. The Incredible Hulk. because
Deadpool was really good too. I love
Oh no,
Deadpool.
absolutely. I like Deadpool. I just don't. I just wouldn't consider Deadpool as like.
I mean, like if I wanted to keep going into a top 10, Deadpool,
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Black Panther, it's
Right.
like I could keep going with ones I love, but if I'm talking, we have to start going to favorites. You know.
Yeah, I'll say those three. I'll say those are my three. But the honorable mention for me, for sure, would be the Incredible Hulk. For sure, the Incredible Hulk was so good. It was like you look at them making a super soldier turn it into an abomination. And then they brought that man back, Brainiac. Well, not Brainiac, but the smart guy, I forgot his name, but they brought him in the Brave New World. And then when you saw them pick up that story back, I was like, I'm here for it. Where are we going with this?
I haven't seen Brave New World yet, so I don't know where I want to rank that. But because again, I'm not big on Captain America, but I'm actually not really big on Steve Rogers, just period. So, you know,
it was good.
What ain't Steve Rogers? We're not Steve Rogers.
I know we're not Steve. I love Falcon and the Winter Soldier, the series that came out.
Yeah, we're not Steve Rogers.
I highly enjoyed it. But what I was going to say is my favorite Captain America movie is Civil War.
Of course.
So what, you said you didn't see the last one?
I haven't seen
the newest one. It was good. I like the last one. It was better than what I thought it was going to be. I didn't love it, but it was.
But it wasn't horrible. I think the reason I love Civil War so much is, first of all, it introduced us to Spider-Man and introduced us to Black Panther.
Oh, yeah.
And technically, it was called Captain America, and I guess most of the plot was a little around Captain, but it was basically an Avengers movie.
Now, it was Avengers movie, but they just needed another Captain America. And I said this once, and I'm going to say it again. I love how you mentioned they said, they just finally introduced Spider-Man in Civil War, right? With Tom Holland, right? Ain't that a money grabber right there in the middle of all these other great stars? Again, I say that is such a money grab, Spider-Man, and I don't care. I don't care. And
but he's good.
Crazy, and
he's a good Spider-Man, though.
But he's great, though. But that's what I'm saying. They got me good, though. That's the point, is what I'm
saying. Kudos to them
for
not relying on going back to Spider-Man's origin story, because there's only so many times you can keep seeing this man get bit by the damn spider. So I do love if they were going to bring him in. At least he already existed. He was already Spider-Man. Tony Stark just kind of hooked him up with some better stuff.
Now, if y'all paid attention, each credit shows.
like they'll gloss over, but I'm talking about like a whole movie. No.
I'm saying the point is, what I'm saying is, you were saying is like they already made the point of the plot of Spider-Man and everything. But that's what I'm basically saying. When you look at the end of the credits, they already had it set in stone. After I forgot what movie it was, but Spider-Man walked out by the end of the scene and just grabbed the webcam and was just like, "Oh damn, it's ready for my movie next, right?" And then that made everybody went crazy in a thing. So it was like they already. Set in stone with everything.
That we got new audiences.
And they didn't put Uncle Ben in that. They didn't put Uncle Ben. We had Ant. Yeah. We had straight Ant. They grabbed the back.
Again, I would say this again. How many times can you watch Uncle Ben die? So it's like, if you keep rebooting something, you got to do something different. And we're at a point now where there's so many versions of our heroes, you can't keep doing origin stories. That's why I say you can't keep seeing Peter Parker get bit by that spider. There's only so many times you can see Uncle Ben get shot. There's only so many times you can see Bruce Wayne's parents die. And sometimes you just need to just start in the middle. We know who these people are, and just give us a good story.
Yeah. And when it came with Spider-Man, I still stand 10 toes down on it. That was a money grabber, but you got me. I ain't gonna hold you. You got me. You got me real good. Because notice when y'all watch the trailer, they put everybody else, and then they put Spider-Man as the last thing in the scene to jump. And not only that, they made the costume eye squinted. That was one of the biggest talk about when they saw that scene. When Spider-Man popped out and his eye squinted. Everybody was going nuts. I said, wait, did his eyes just move? Yeah, I was like, boy, I was like, yeah, you got me. I have to see it because y'all know how much I like Spider-Man, and I don't like the fact that you used him in the war where it was supposed to be about the war, not Spider-Man claiming, hey, what side are you from? From Queens, Captain America, Brooklyn. Like what the? What did it?
Hey, what's your state? What you mean?
Where that come from, man? Where that come from? But nah, they done great though.
Hey, it's like, hey, I'm Spider-Man. I don't care.
Like what?
look, man. Look, T'Challa wasn't on that shit. Like this ain't the
Oh,
time for introductions to be friendly. Like he was on some revenge.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
absolutely. About when we found out about what was going on. I think my only thing is we're getting the new Avengers movie that's definitely about to pop up. I'm looking forward to it. I'm not gonna lie. I enjoyed Thunderbolts. I don't care what nobody said. My only biggest
Mhm.
issue is when they got rid of Taskmaster, I was upset. I was hot. I was furious because I'm a comic guy when it comes to Taz. That man is not who y'all make it seem like it. He is not that weak. That made me mad. That made me
It's okay.
mad. That made me mad. That
So
made me
yeah,
mad.
everybody,
Mad.
definitely Fantastic Four this weekend. Make
Absolutely.
sure
Y'all know what's up.
everybody go check that out.
Thing better say the line. Thing you better say the line.
We may just give overall thoughts next week, but obviously we're not going to go into any spoilers that quick. We always give people 2 weeks, so you don't have to worry about that. But you also do want to check us here next week, everybody, because not only will the King of New York be back with us full time, he's going to have to tell us a lot about his trip out there at San Diego. But we also got another queen coming through with us, so you're not going to want to miss that. So I do want to appreciate everybody for coming out and joining us on this week's episode of the Podcast is Real. Again, you can check us next week. But in the meantime, you can follow us on our social medias at The Podcast is Real. If you're not already subscribed to the channel right here on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to The Podcast is Real. We're trying to get this page to 1,000 subscribers. That way we can finally monetize it, because as much as we love this podcast, I want to start getting paid off this podcast. It's time to see our hard work pay off. So I'm going to need you guys to tell your friends and your family members. I'm going to need you guys to start printing out flyers and start putting them in people's windshields to say, hey, subscribe to the Podcast is Real. I don't care how you get the word out. Just make sure you get the word out. You can also email us at thepodcastisreal@gmail.com if you have any other questions or anything like that. And of course, this podcast will be available immediately right here on YouTube. As soon as this is over, you can rewind it, watch it again, and come Monday, it will be available on all other platforms like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon, all of that stuff. So any platform you want to do, you will be able to catch the amazing Sasha as we had her here on anything that you want. But until then, for our lovely, lovely guest, Miss Sasha, cosplay queen over here, for our Jamaican queen, King Jasirii, who's outside at San Diego Comic-Con, because that's what he does. He knows I'm mad, but it's okay. I'm happy for him at the same time. To our King of New York, Jasirii. For my nephew, co-host, VoQualz, I am King Drell. And just remember, Sailor Venus might be kind of useless, but the podcast, just like a Coldplay cam, is real. Don't cheat out in public. We'll see you next week,
Don't
guys.
cheat.
Salute.
Arigato, ukiwananga.